Good morning, everybody. Welcome to it. Happy Hump Day. All downhill from here to the weekend. Lot to get to today. Mark will be joining us coming up at 7 o'clock. He's down in Florida visiting the grandkids. We got Joel Clatt will be joining us at 8:15. Dan Orlovsky at 9:15. Going to hear from Michael Jordan.
MJ.
Your buddy.
Mike.
Your cigar-smoking buddy.
Yeah.
He was on last night as NBC kicked off their return to the NBA.
Oh, yeah, so he's doing it.
He's like a contributor. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't see that.
Well,
how was it? Did you see it?
I didn't, but I heard some of the highlights, and we're going to share those with you.
Good.
All right. Dre Greenlaw's suspension got upheld. You thought it might get reduced. Are you surprised?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he got suspended. Then I'm surprised he got upheld. You just can't figure out the NFL. You just can't. I mean, no rhyme or reason to when they suspend guys, how much they suspend them, how much they fine them. You know, I don't know. It just I think this is a bad precedent to set. Now you have a standard there, so you know when do you can't yell at the refs at all. I thought there was a little bit of wiggle room there. I thought that send a message and then okay we can take a little step back and then give you $100,000 fine and not suspend you for a game. They very rarely suspend guys for games. That's a big step. So yeah, I was surprised it got upheld. Were you surprised?
No, because I don't think that in this case the NFL wants to go too far over the heads of the officials that made that, or in this case, Brad Allen, who made that decision. He's already been in the crosshairs of the NFL. He's already been suspended. I think in this case, they didn't want to give more grounds to have this guy perhaps lose more opportunities to call games, get suspended, have his crew suspended. I think they wanted to stand by it. Plus, I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Well,
Get to have him suspended.
Well, because if you overturn the suspension, then are you putting him in line to be disciplined as well? I mean, if you're acknowledging that
so you're saying because he pushed a guy.
No. I'm saying that I think the NFL in this case wanted to back up the official's call and that they didn't want to take the judgment of the official making that split-second decision that he felt that there should have been a flag thrown. I don't think they wanted to take that away from him.
You're talking about the pass interference.
No.
You're confusing me.
Okay.
You are so confused. I don't know what you're talking about.
The decision to throw the flag on Greenlaw.
At
the end.
When the game was over?
Yeah. Well, he threw a flag, and that's what led to the suspension. So I think they just wanted to back him up.
It wasn't because he threw a flag.
No, it was because that he determined that. Well, he threw the flag. He decided that.
Well, you don't have to throw a flag. All you have to do is just say, hey, this guy verbally abused me.
Okay, well, whatever it is, whether it's his statement or whether it's him throwing the flag, I don't think the NFL wanted to.
Apparently not.
Make him look bad.
Yeah, apparently not.
They wanted to back him up, back up their guys.
Yeah, I think it's a bad precedent to
set.
It's terrible. The NFL just being the NFL, really. No rhyme or reason. You just can't.
It's not the first time.
Exactly. Sometimes it's, we saw it with Kareem Jackson when they were suspending him.
Yep, good call.
Sometimes you find a guy and they're the poster child for whatever message you want to send. And Kareem Jackson was 3-4 years ago, whenever it was, when they were suspending him for hits. Dre Greenlaw verbally abusing a referee. Okay, I don't think it's the biggest loss for the Broncos. I don't. I'm hoping in the long run it helps when it comes to his health. That's all I can think of, right? Now he gets a time this week to rehab, get in better conditioning, and be ready for the rest of the season. I don't know.
I mean,
Mike.
if his season's only got like maybe a 5 or 6 game shelf life, and with his injury history, I don't look at this as a guy that you can count on to go play 12, 15, 17 games in a season at this stage of his career. So if he's got a 5 to 6, 7 game window where you can count on him, before he gets hurt again, well, it's not the worst thing. He showed you, gave you a glimpse of what he could bring, which looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Now put him back in bubble wrap for a week, and we'll see in a couple weeks.
Yeah, so and Sternad's been playing well.
Yep.
So I don't think it's anything that the Broncos are going to – it's a huge loss. They played without him the whole year until last week. Right? And then now he's out another week. Okay, I don't think it's a huge loss.
Speaking of losses, sort of. Avalanche. Sort of. Avalanche lose in overtime in Utah to the Mammoth.
Well, we didn't
they get
really
a point.
lose.
They get a point.
Right.
They lose in overtime, OTL.
You
overtime
lose,
loss.
but it's not a loss.
You get a
you're
point.
5-0-2.
You get a point. Jared Bednar, not happy with a second period that probably ultimately doomed the Avalanche.
We got stubborn with the puck in the neutral zone. I mean, it's a really good rush coverage team, above pucks the whole game, really. For 2 games now we played them, and we stopped putting the puck in behind them and establishing a forecheck. So too many turnovers in the neutral zone, too many turnovers over the red line. So we didn't get anything going in the offensive zone that period. The only chances we had were off the rush. It's not enough. So they carried the momentum. They get themselves back in the game. And I thought we had a good third again.
Yeah, and even though the Avs didn't play a good second period, they still had a chance to go up 2-0. A strange, kind of bizarre. I'm not even going to try to explain it all. But an offsides call.
Yeah.
That negated what would have been an Avs goal that would have put them up 2-0, which definitely could have changed the whole look of this game. Bednar said after the game he didn't agree with the call. But the Avs do come away with a point. Luckily, Marty Necas came up with another goal in the third period to at least force overtime where they were guaranteed the point. No better dynamic duo in the NHL right now than Marty Necas and Nathan MacKinnon. So they continue to basically kind of carry this hockey team right now. But good start for the Avs. Still undefeated. Still haven't lost in regulation. So all good there. All good for Christian Braun, who talked yesterday about his new 5-year, $125 million contract.
It means the world to me. I think that it's just validation. I think at the end of the day, the people that trusted in me, I got drafted here. I never changed schools or teams in high school. I never changed in college, and I don't want to change in the NBA. I want to be here. I want to be a big part of winning. I want to be a really big part of what happens here and the success that happens in Denver. I want to be a big part of the community. I want to be around these guys. I want to be around this coaching staff, this front office, and win with them. So that's always been the biggest thing for me. It's really cool to be a Nugget. I want to be a Nugget, my whole career. But I understand that to do that, we need to win. And I think that this, signing a contract, before this season has started, allows me to focus only on winning. And that's what I want to do. And that's where my focus has always been, and that's where we'll stay. So I want to win, but I want to win, as a Denver Nugget, most important.
Basketball's back. The sound of bouncing basketball and squeaking sneakers. Love it.
Yeah, it's
Love
back.
it. It's back. Back last night. Double overtime. Oklahoma
Yeah.
City raised their banner and held on to beat Houston. And Golden State beat the Lakers. Nuggets play at Golden State coming up tomorrow. We are off and rolling. Want to hear from you on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. Also on our YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and start interacting with us and with your fellow fan YouTubers. Up next, well, what do you know? Russell Wilson has a spine. That's next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
All right, so you didn't crush this summer like you thought you would, and the thought of a crazy, busy holiday season has you wondering if you're up to it. You probably are if your T levels are where they should be. If you feel something's off, contact the experienced, compassionate team at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Low testosterone causes a host of problems: low sex drive, bad sleep patterns, unproductive workouts, decreased energy, brain fog, and more. Most guys out there figure, yeah, getting a little older, nothing I can do about it. But actually you can. I know because Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic helped me. 2 years ago, I was running out of steam later in the day. Figured it was because I get up crazy early. So I got my T levels checked. Yep, they were a little on the low end. Started low T treatment that day. Today, plenty of energy to tackle a full night of sports viewing. Schedule a consult, just $99. Start low T treatment that day. Your office visit is free. 5 locations around Denver to better serve you, including Fort Collins and Colorado Springs, and a new and improved office in Castle Rock. Call 720-440-7900 and at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 5-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Winning matters. Postman Law has recovered over $3 billion for clients. Injured? Call 844-POSTMAN. It's free to see if you have a case. Others promise. Postman delivers.
Hey guys, it's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they've got a great deal on windows, so take advantage before the snow starts falling. Order your windows in October, finance your project with them, and you won't pay anything until November of 2027. Be warm during the holidays. Don't wait to upgrade your home. Order windows or siding from 5280 Exteriors before the cold weather arrives. Call 5280 Exteriors now and see how low your monthly payment can go. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I've made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Stokley here from my friends at 5280 Waste Solutions of Denver. Unhappy with your home or business trash and recycling service? Need a temporary dumpster for a project? Call 5280 Waste Solutions at 303-529-2329. Colorado isn't just where they work, it's home. They guarantee swift, on-time pickup for residential and commercial customers. Make the switch and get reliable local service you can count on. Go to 5280waste.com. 5280 Waste Solutions, your hometown brand.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer. Exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney. Tuesday afternoons on The Drive. And Friday mornings on Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth. All season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. Candy shaming.
I don't know how anybody can eat that. Black licorice? Ugh. Gross.
Fact checking.
I think we have another candidate for the Mike Evans big board of BS.
No way.
In the spirit of giving.
Mike is getting an almost new but slightly used snowblower.
Oh, is that his compensation, Mark?
No, that's just out of the goodness of my heart, Stoke.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Well, what do you know? Russell Wilson can fight back. He took some time yesterday to drop his toxic positivity act to fire back at Sean Payton. So, to recap, after the game on Sunday, Sean said this, and doesn't take too much listening comprehension to understand that he took a shot at Russell Wilson here.
I wasn't smiling. Benito told me to smile. I said, all right, I'll smile. I just think there's a lot of work ahead. And again, I have a ton of respect for that organization. I spent 4 of my early years there coordinating Super Bowl, first game in this stadium before 9/11, close with the Mayor Tisch family. You know, they found a little spark with that quarterback. I was talking to John Mayer not too long ago, and I said we were hoping that change would have happened long after our game.
Doesn't take too hard to connect the dots there, that it was like, man, we were hoping to see Russ, and that we would have got Russ, and you guys would have made the switch to Jackson Dart after that.
Yeah, I mean, Russ was the quarterback before, so that's who he was talking about, right?
That's what everybody seemed to think, including one Russell Wilson, who took to Twitter yesterday and said, quote, classless but not surprised. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the media. There we go.
Hashtag let's ride.
Let's ride. Hey, finally, Russ, drop the act. Drop the veil. Good. We got some good old-fashioned sports hate.
Yeah.
It's obvious. Sean hated Russ. Russ probably didn't have much nice things to say about Sean. So here we go. It's out in the open.
Yeah, it is. I was surprised by that, though, from Russ. You know, you don't see that from him.
He broke character.
He did. He did in a big way. I think the best thing for him to do would be just kind of not say anything.
Who, Russ?
Yeah, Russ. Just let it go. You're the backup quarterback. Your career is heading in the wrong direction. Don't know if you'll ever be a starter again. Probably just let it go. Now you're bringing more attention to it. Do you think Sean should have said anything like that, or should Sean just let it go also?
This is Sean. This is who he is.
I like it.
I got no problem. Look, having worked in the media forever, you as a sports fan, you listen to all these interviews, blah, 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 cliche, blah, blah, cliche. You know, we're always like, man, tell us how you really feel. All right, Sean does that. And it'll be curious to see how this plays out on the Ramoslaw.com text line throughout the course of the morning, because if you're not a Sean, if you don't like Sean, if you think Sean's too much of a loudmouth, too much of a bully, whatever, well, are you prepared to side with Russ on this?
There's not many of those
on this
that don't like Sean that love Russ, right? So I think there's got to be more hate for Russ here than for Sean.
I would hope so. Look, Russell Wilson single-handedly did more damage to the Denver Broncos franchise and brand than any other Bronco figure in their history, at least the modern history. Okay? He did far more damage than Paxton Lynch. He did far more damage than Josh McDaniels. And you know what? You know what Russ never did during the entire time since he left the Broncos? Really come out and apologize to Broncos country.
Oh, you think he should apologize?
Oh, absolutely. He fleeced this team for millions and millions of dollars.
Stole all y'all's money.
I stole from you. I didn't deliver the way I was supposed to, and for that I feel badly. He never did that. So
he never will.
Of course not.
I think if you have certain people that don't like Sean, most of those probably don't like Russ more. So they're going to side with Sean. There's few Marilats around here that don't like Sean and that love Russ.
Well, if you side with Russ on this over Sean, or if you just decide to take your shots at Sean, you are outing yourself as a Rusty. There's no doubt about it.
I mean,
if you want to admit that, go ahead.
James.
Yeah.
I'm sure James is siding with Russ here.
Oh, of course.
No, I love the fact that Sean still does that. It's fun. It's entertaining.
It's truthful.
2 years later, taking subtle shots at Russ, right? He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to say that, right? I mean, he could have just said, hey, man, they got themselves, a good young quarterback over there in New York. I know they're really excited about him. You don't have to really open up the curtain here for the whole world to see, like, hey, I was talking to John Tisch or whoever, Mara, and I was telling them that I was hoping your other I mean, like, really?
Hey.
No, I'm here for it.
He had to live through the whole Russell Wilson experience.
That just lets you know how much he despises Russell Wilson, right?
Yep.
I mean, if he's still doing that 2 years later, imagine how much he despised Russ when he was here.
Oh. Well, all I know about this is that the Broncos with Russell Wilson starting were 11-19. Since Russ left, it's 15-9. Steelers with Russell Wilson starting 6-6. Since he stepped aside, 4-2. Giants with Wilson starting 0-3. Since then, 2-2. So,
I'm surprised he's still there. I mean, they don't want to put him on the field. Why is he still there?
Right. And tell me what was more classless. Sean saying what he said, or Brian Daboll begging, ordering, pleading the team doctor to get Jackson Dart cleared as soon as possible because he couldn't stand the idea of Russell Wilson being out there. This is 2 games ago when Dart went into the blue tent.
Yeah.
And it was so obvious how he felt about Russell Wilson, disrespected Russ, I guess, if you want to look that way, that the Giants had to come out with a statement about how we don't condone, trying to badger team doctors to get players back out onto the field. And
hey, what are we doing back here? What's going on back here in this blue tent?
Right.
Come on, hurry up.
Get him out here.
What are we doing?
Clear him.
Concussion?
Clear him. Hey.
What are we talking about? Concussion?
How many fingers am I holding up? 2? Yeah. Oh, you think 3? That doesn't matter.
You're close enough. Did you see Russell throw that last pass in the dirt?
Throw to the guy in the middle of your 3
Let's
there.
go.
All right.
Hurry up. Hey, by the way, BTW, by the way, what's going on with Daboll? Why isn't he suspended? Where's the fine for Daboll? I mean, look, 2 days later, a day later after the game, Greenlaw is suspended. What's going on with Daboll for doing that?
Yeah.
Did he get fined?
Daboll.
Suspended? I mean, lost a draft pick, something. You can't do what he did.
Coming up next.
What do you think?
I'll respond to that. We'll give you a chance to respond to the whole Russell Wilson thing. RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. National reaction pouring into the Broncos win over the Giants. You'll hear from the likes of Jason Kelce and more coming up next.
After a 2-5 start, Colorado State has fired head football coach Jay Norvell. Read the latest news and information on the changes in Fort Collins at DenverSports.com. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Attention Denver and Colorado Springs. This is a can't-miss real estate buying opportunity Saturday, October 25th. 35, 50, and 105-acre ranches starting at just $59.9. The ranches have big mountain views and utilities like electricity, high-speed internet, and county-maintained road frontage. All just minutes from Colorado Springs. 35 acres, just $59.9. 50 acres, just $89.9. 105 acres, just $149.9. This is your chance to buy a huge piece of land in the booming Colorado Springs market. This is not an auction. The prices are set and the ranches are priced to sell in a single day, Saturday, October 25th. Call our friendly staff for more information or to book your appointment. Call 866-CO-RANCH. That's 866-CO-RANCH. 866-267-2624.
Hey guys, you feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you you? It could be low testosterone. Take action now. Synergetics and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergetics Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone never compounded like other clinics. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the level that's right for you. Treatment is covered by most major insurance and affordable self-pay options are available. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Select Help, how can we help?
Hi, my CEO needs a POV on the ROI of HDHPs. Buy EOD.
Okay, so you're a small business. Let's start there.
How'd you know that?
Let's just say it's not my first RODEO. Get it? Rodeo.
Oh, right. Letters.
Let's get started.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health. Insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Announcing Williams Jewelers Annual Antique and Vintage Jewelry Trunk Show, October 23rd through 25th.
Come shop millions in estate, antique, pre-owned jewelry, and engagement rings that are precious, rare, and truly collectible.
Art Deco and Art Nouveau pieces, including signed Cartier, Van Cleef, Tiffany, David Webb, and many more.
If you're a jewelry collector, you just don't want to miss it.
Many of these finely crafted treasures could not be duplicated today. Most are handcrafted and one of a kind.
Williams Jewelers Annual Antique and Vintage Jewelry Trunk Show. 3 big days only, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, October 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
We're in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue between Fillmore and Detroit.
Williams Jewelers Antique and Vintage Jewelry Trunk Show.
It's Denver's estate jewelry event of the year.
Don't miss it.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue between Fillmore and Detroit, where Colorado shines.
Wow, Leslie, your fireplace really sucks.
I beg your pardon?
Well, what I mean is your fireplace is literally sucking all the air out of your house and right up the chimney every time you burn it.
Well, what can I do about it?
Well, you could get a high-efficiency gas insert from Mendota. It keeps all the air you already paid the utility company to heat, and it returns up to 86% of the fire's heat back into your house.
I'd use my fireplace every chance I get if I could do that. Maybe my furnace wouldn't need to run so much.
Well, that's the whole point. Hi, this is Keith Lair with Lair Fireplace and Patio, along with my niece, Leslie, to tell you how a gas insert from Mendota will give you the incentive to use your fireplace again. Mendota gas fireplaces and inserts are made to crank out the heat with beauty and style.
Lair's is Denver's oldest, most trusted name in fireplaces. Family owned and operated since 1954.
We'll even give you a free in-home quote, including expert installation by our own certified in-house installers.
Find us on the web at lairfireplacepatio.com.
For top quality Mendota fireplaces and inserts, it's Lair Fireplace and Patio, Denver's fireplace experts.
International Hot Rod Association and Terrana Hybrid, reigniting racing and skilled trades. Mentorship, education, legacy. Get your tickets now at ihra.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan brought to you by Flanagan Law.
Subtle intimidation.
Had to give Ty the look.
You did. I was
gave
wondering.
Ty a little bit of a like.
I was wondering what you were doing.
There's a little quizzical look.
Skill debating.
You didn't think I was going to flip it on your head like this. See how I
you're
did
coming
that?
back at me. I
Right.
like this.
You
This is
regret
good.
this now.
And plenty of pet peeves.
Put your phone in your pocket and you never go back and get it.
It is a source of so much frustration for Mark. It drives him crazy.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Easy. We will hear from the real GOAT coming up here in just a little bit. But continuing to get a lot of national reaction to arguably the game of the year. The Broncos' fourth quarter comeback against the Giants, and the NFL world reacting to the win, and Bo Nix and his history-making performance. First quarterback ever, NFL history, to have 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns in the fourth quarter of a game like that. Here was Jason Kelsey weighing in on Bo.
I think Denver might be better off just spotting points to the other team. I mean, this dude, Bo Nix, when he's trailing, especially 2 scores, has been unbelievable. It's been crazy, the difference in the production. When he has to have it, he is showing time and time again this year so far that he can live up to that moment. Now, the Giants did them some favors, and as good as Jackson Dart looks, he's still figuring out how to win in this league. You know, that interception late was a costly mistake.
You wanted their kicker to fly home on a different airline.
Listen, far be it for me to beat up on kickers. I don't think that's what we should be focusing on. But yeah, I would be a little bit upset, but they lost that game for a lot more reasons than the kicker. And I think the Giants were in a position where there's no way they should have let Denver come back, even how good Bo Nix was, how good Cortland Sutton was. They made big play after big play, 50-50 catches. They had the one fluke bobble that went their way early, but the poise and passion and desire to win that Bo Nix is showing is very promising.
Love it.
Got some heavy metal.
Well, it was TV. It's TV. You play that was a TV clip. You're playing the music there in the background.
Wake you up at 6:30.
There you go. Wake you up. Hey, it serves 2 purposes. How about this? Mike Francesa, longtime legendary talk show host. You want to react to that?
Yeah, I just want to talk about Kelsey here for a second. No, he's spot on. I mean, when you got to have it in the biggest moments in the fourth quarter, Bo has delivered in a big way, which is obviously a huge deal. You know, when you got to be able to win close games, you got to be able to finish off games, you got to be able to make clutch plays in the fourth quarter. Some quarterbacks have it, some quarterbacks don't. Now, we know that Bo has that. Like, the moment's not too big for him. But you've got to be more consistent. You can't be booming in the fourth and busting 1 through 3 in the first, second, and third quarters. Make sense?
Yes, but I would rather have this than the alternative, because if you've established the fact that this guy has the clutch gene, I can fix the first part of it. I can fix the first 3-quarter part of it.
Can you?
Yeah,
Are you sure about that?
Oh, as time goes by, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
More experience, everything.
I'm concerned about it.
But the fact that you have the clutch gene, I'd rather have the clutch gene in the fourth, and we got to fix the first 3, rather than what most athletes are, and that is hey, they can shine in the first 3, and then they disappear and come up short in the 4th. So give me where Bo is starting from, and I'll worry about the rest later.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to choose, of course, you're going to choose being clutch in the 4th and trying to fix, 1 through 3. But that's not what we have to do. We got to be better 1 through 3 because that's not sustainable. What we've been watching the last 3 weeks is not sustainable to win in the NFL. It's just not. So you can get away with it for a little bit, but you got to clean up a lot of stuff. And Sean told us that. When he was taking a shot at Russ, he said, hey, we got a lot of work to do, a lot of work ahead. That's what he said. He knows that this is not sustainable. They can't keep winning football games this way.
Well, apparently people inside the Broncos organization, walls, locker room feel the same way as James Palmer relayed when he was on with The Drive yesterday.
And I contacted a bunch of defensive coaches that I know that have faced this Broncos offense, and multiple things can be true at the same time. Did I hear from more than one coach that Sean has been a bit predictable and these defenses have figured him out a little bit and he has been a little bit slow to adjust and change? True. They feel that way. Do these coaches also believe that Sean at the same time has been scheming guys open, and there have been guys that have been schemed open deep and Bo has missed them? Like, I had one defensive coordinator tell me, Phil, Bo just is not a good deep ball thrower. At least this season he's not right now. I mean, he's arguably, if you look at the statistics and the advanced metrics, he's arguably the worst deep ball thrower in football this year.
It's true.
So that falls on Bo. So what I'm saying is there's issues all around in the way that this is looked at by defensive coaches that have faced this team. Can Sean still scheme guys open? Sir. Can Sean get, a bit predictable at times? You saw that from the Giants defensive line calling out at the number of screens. They saw certain things coming and they read it and they knew it.
To your point yesterday that too many screens, because as Mark pointed out in his film study, the Broncos aren't doing a good job blocking on a lot of these screens. But as you said, well, when the defense can start to really anticipate and predict that it's coming, you can shoot right through a would-be blocker before they even get a chance to make.
When you see when you see a lot of it on film, you're gonna anticipate those plays. That's what these guys are doing. They've seen so many wide receiver screens, bubble screens, those types of screens that guess what they're doing now? They're jumping the route. And so when they see it happening, they're not waiting. They're going. And that's hard to block as a receiver all of a sudden if a guy just knifes inside of you. You're not expecting that. You can't block them early. You can't engage early. And so, or you'll be called for, offensive pass interference. These refs love to throw that flag nowadays. So you have to wait. Next thing you know, the guy knifes inside of you. It's a very hard thing to do, but they are becoming predictable with all these screens that they're running. You continue to run them, this is what happens.
So, yes, what have we learned here this week? Yes, Sean needs to be better and maybe just get off the screen train for a while. But
put it on the back burner for a
little bit. But also, something that, you don't hear a lot said by the Sean critics, Bo needs to be better. And I get it. I understand it. It's not just a Denver sports fan thing. It's everybody. You want to believe so much that Bo is the guy or that your young quarterback is the guy that when things don't look good, it can't be his fault. It has to be somebody else's. And the coach or the play caller is the easy target. But let's, everybody put on their big boy, big girl pants right now and acknowledge that Bo needs to be better. And Bo carries some responsibility in this as well.
He's got to be more consistent. There's no doubt about it. And we really haven't seen a lot of deep throws the last couple weeks. Now, we did see him miss some wide-open guys earlier this season, right? Like 3 of them where he overthrew them. Here recently, the only real deep throws that we have seen are him scrambling out of the pocket, taking a shot down the field. I'd like to dial up a few more deep throws. You know what, Mike? You know what we need? A few more go balls.
Yes.
A few more go balls.
More go balls.
A few more of those.
The proud author of Go Balls, Mark Schlereth, joins us coming up here in about 20 minutes. But up next, we hear from the true GOAT. The true GOAT. Next.
After getting walked off twice in the first 3 games of the season, the Broncos walked off the Giants and claimed first place in the AFC West. Say it loud, Broncos country. Let's go Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Copperhead Plumbing is here for every possible plumbing problem. I use them myself. I recommend them to my friends, and I recommend them to you. And here's a way to get to know them made easy. Go to their website at copperheadplumbinginc.com and get a coupon for a free service call. They'll waive their usual service fee and get right to work to fix your problem. From drain cleaning, garbage disposals, leaks, water heaters, toilet repairs, and every other plumbing issue, from minor to major. Make sure your house is ready for winter. Avoid frozen pipes, water heater issues. If you'll be hosting for the holidays, kids coming home from college, Copperhead Plumbing will keep your home flowing all winter long. Copperhead Plumbing has been serving Colorado since 2007 with a fleet of licensed technicians committed to doing quality work done right the first time. Again, go to copperheadplumbinginc.com for a free service call coupon. Their website also has tips and tricks if you have plumbing emergencies. They also offer financing options, so call 303-552-3491 and at copperheadplumbinginc.com. They plumb different, they plumb custom.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For over 50 years, they redefined rock. The spirit lives on. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson celebrate 50 years of Rush 50-something tour. October 5th, Ball Arena. Buy pre-sale tickets for City Card members Friday at 12 p.m. through Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Before the general public on sale Friday, October 31st at 12 p.m. Get tickets at rush.com.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make that happen in 24 hours or less. And here's the kicker. When you work with both American Financing and their partner American Home Agents, you can receive a credit on closing costs. of up to 1% or a max of $10,000 on your home loan. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, it's time to step in, and American Financing is the place to start. Don't let the 20% down myth stop you. You could buy a home with as little as 3% down, and with down payment assistance programs available, getting into a home might be easier than you think. Pick up the phone, call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Who knew caffeine could taste this good? With 5-Hour Energy Shots, caffeine just got a serious flavor upgrade. We're talking big flavor, from watermelon to strawberry, banana to sour apple, packed into a tiny 2-ounce bottle. You'll get as much caffeine as a 12-ounce premium cup of coffee with 0 sugar and 0 crash. And with 17 bold flavors to choose from, there's a shot for every mood. Find your favorite flavor in-store today, or grab a variety pack online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon, and give your caffeine a flavor upgrade.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto, all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Tune into Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Bold takes.
I would put my fajitas up against any Mexican restaurant.
Active listening.
You weren't listening to a word I just said.
Plus, a little number crunching.
What's 12 minus 1? 12 minus 11.
1.
This is why math confuses me.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Mark Schlereth will be joining us live from Southern Florida. South Florida? Is it Southern Florida? Or
South Florida.
South Florida.
South Florida.
Must be nice. They even have a school down there.
Must be nice to
South
only
Florida.
work 3 hours and just do it from Florida.
Well, he's down there.
I want that gig.
He's down there visiting his grandkids. You'll do that someday.
Still must be nice.
Oh, it is nice.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it's a nice gig, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's nice.
I don't care what you're doing.
It's nice to be Mark Schlereth.
I know. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care who you're visiting.
You know what's going to be nice, too?
Your grandparents, your grandkids, your children.
Must be nice.
Yes.
You know what's going to be nice?
Point.
You know what's also going to be nice?
What?
When there's a little bit of snow out there and Brandon Stokley decides to do the show from his basement in his would-be pajamas.
That will be nice.
That will be nice.
Can't wait for that. I'm going to start doing that more often. We get any hint of any moisture.
Yeah.
I'm just hunkering in my basement.
Yeah.
The precedent has been set.
Yeah,
So,
it has been. Yeah.
I'm following suit.
Okay. Let's talk about your buddy, Michael Jordan.
Mike.
You want to quickly recap the Michael Jordan story that...
Yeah, what was it, 2 years ago at the Hall of Fame induction for Dwight Freeney. Him and Dwight Freeney are really good buddies. And I had met MJ, Mike, a.k.a. Michael Jordan, at the Grove. I'm wearing the Grove 23 hat on, so if you're on the YouTube channel or whatever, that's Michael Jordan's course down in South Florida.
Okay.
And Freeney was playing with him, and so I got a chance to meet him down there, which was really cool, obviously. And then fast forward to, I don't know, a year later, Dwight Freeney's going into the Hall of Fame, and him and Jordan are really good buddies. And Jordan was there at the party afterwards, and like all of our Colts players, like we wanted to get a picture with him, right? And so all of a sudden, I don't know, we were talking, I walked away, and next thing you know, I come back like 5 minutes later, they're like, where were you? And I'm like, what do you mean where I was? I was right over there talking to, whoever. And they're like, oh, we took a big group photo with Michael Jordan. I'm like, wait, what? I said, what? You got to be kidding me. I missed my opportunity? Like, this is the worst deal ever. He might be leaving at any moment, might just get up and go. And then it's too late. And so he was sitting in a chair, and so I was just kind of hovering, and he had a person sitting next to him, right? And I was just kind of hovering over there. I'm like, I got to get this, right? He's smoking a cigar, got a drink. I got a drink. I got a cigar going, right? I'm like, ugh. All of a sudden, that guy gets up. I'm like, opportunity. I got to go.
You got to go for it.
I got to go.
Once in a lifetime chance.
This is it. Got to shoot my shot.
Right.
So I went in and I was like, hey, Brandon Stokley, we met, a year ago at your golf. He's like, oh yeah. And the word is like this guy. If you meet him one time, he doesn't forget.
Okay.
He's got that type of Peyton Manning type of memory, recall. And he's like, oh, hey, probably didn't remember me. But anyway, couldn't have been nicer. And so then we took a picture with our cigars, and it was an awesome picture. So there's my Jordan story.
There's your Jordan story. Well, Michael Jordan is now back talking about the NBA as NBC has the NBA back, and it debuted last night. Mike Tirico had a sit-down interview with Michael Jordan, the one true real GOAT. Sorry, younger NBA fans, it ain't LeBron. This is the true GOAT. And he talks about why he's doing this TV gig.
Still love it? Love it like you wouldn't believe. In all honesty, I wish I could take a magic pill, put on shorts, and go out and play the game of basketball today. Because that's who I am. That's that type of competition, that type of competitiveness is what I live for. And I miss it. I miss that aspect of playing the game of basketball. Being able to challenge myself against what people see as great basketball. But it's better for me to be sitting here talking to you as opposed to popping my Achilles and I'm in a wheelchair for a while.
But it's nice to be able to share the things that can still make the game great going forward from your perspective.
Yeah, I think one of the things why I did this is as professional athletes, we have an obligation to pay it forward. That's part of what, this is all about is to pay it forward.
He's kind of been, in a reserve type of role. You didn't see a lot of Jordan, right? After he left the Wizards, he was with the Wizards for a while as whatever part owner, president, GM, whatever he was there.
Well, no, O'Reilly's.
Yeah,
he was owning. He owns Charlotte.
Yeah,
the Hornets.
Yeah, the Hornets. My bad, the Hornets, not the Wizards. He played for the Wizards at the end.
Correct.
The Hornets.
Didn't know if you
yes.
were trying to set me up.
No,
there,
no,
so
was
it's all
not.
good. It's all good.
Just mixed
all
up
good.
the teams there.
All good.
I actually got to see him play in a game with the Wizards when I was with the Ravens. We took a trip down there, so that was kind of cool. But we haven't seen him since his role there with the Hornets. And I guess when you're someone like Jordan and you're done doing everything, and then all you're doing really is playing golf, a ton of golf. You got your own golf course. There's only so much golf you can play, right? And it gets kind of old, and you want a new challenge. And obviously, one of the things that you're great at was basketball. And so now, this can kind of take a spot of that, competitiveness that you need to feel, that void that you need to fill, and that golf, eventually golf is just like, okay, I can play every day. It's not as much fun. So cool. I'm glad he's back doing it. I don't know what kind of analysis he's going to have, but it's probably better than most guys, I would think.
And Carmelo Anthony, also part of the NBC coverage. So looking forward to that.
Did we hear any? Was Carmelo on?
I didn't.
Okay.
Listen, I wasn't watching NBA basketball last night.
Oh, just checking. I didn't know if he did something. How did he do?
I don't know if he did. If anybody was watching and Carmelo was on, let us know.
What do we think? Do you think he's going to be good?
I think he'll be good. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. He went to Syracuse. He's got a Syracuse broadcasting background. He's part of the mafia now.
Look at you hot snot.
He's part of the mafia now. Fan Flyway is back thanks to 303 Law 4040. This time we're sending one lucky listener and a guest to Phoenix in February for the biggest party in golf. And what you'll get is 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale. Round trip airfare for 2 from Denver, 2 nights hotel stay, and $500 spending money. For more information and to register, head to thefanflyway.com. If you entered one of our previous Flyway contests, good news, you're already registered for this one. Once you sign up for one Flyway, you're entered for all future Flyways. Mark joins us next.
Bo Nix and the Broncos snatched victory from the jaws of defeat and took down the Giants with a thrilling come-from-behind performance. Nearly halfway through his sophomore season, has Bo shown enough to prove he can be the next franchise QB in the Mile High City. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Fellas, what is happening? Stoke here from my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Now, remember that first time you failed to perform in the bedroom? You probably just laughed it off, right? No big deal. But then it happened a second time, third time, or more. Now you know it's a problem. But, fellas, it doesn't have to be that way. I got the solution for you, and it's Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They have treatments when the pills or the herbals fail. 20440-7900, or you can find them 20440-7900, or you can find them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Fall is a season of change, but at Postman Law, one thing never changes: results. With no out-of-pocket expense to you, we deliver with speed, ease, and results. Call 844-POSTMAN now. This is attorney advertising.
I dared Archwell Health to keep track of my vitals and my grandkids' names.
I dared Archwell Health to simplify my prescriptions, so Max and I have more time to play. Good boy.
And I dared Archwell Health to be closer than my neighborhood coffee shop.
Our members dared us to do more as a primary care provider for adults age 60 and up. So we made it our mission. Visit archwellhealth.com and become a member today. Archwell Health. We dare to care.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Stokley here from my friends at 5280 Waste Solutions of Denver. Unhappy with your home or business trash and recycling service? Need a temporary dumpster for a project? Call 5280 Waste Solutions at 303-529-2329. Colorado isn't just where they work, it's home. They guarantee swift, on-time pickup for residential and commercial customers. Make the switch and get reliable local service you can count on. Go to 5280waste.com. 5280 Waste Solutions, your hometown brand.
Why wait for the weekend? Twin Peaks is serving up scratch-made food and pouring cold drinks every night after dark. Come experience the best late night in the league any day of the week, only at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Out here, pets are always by your side, watching the herd, running fence lines, or asleep at your feet. Pets are some of our favorite customers. When you bring them along to Tractor Supply, we'll always have a treat waiting. And with our price match guarantee, you'll always get the best price on their favorite food, toys, treats they love, and pet meds to keep them healthy. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
Who's ready for Wild Fall at Denver Zoo Conservation Alliance? It's fun for all ages. Plus, Boo at the Zoo is back and better than ever. Get tickets today.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Job shaming.
You played in the NFL, but you were a wide receiver.
Embellishments.
I mean, sometimes I swear, you're just making things up.
And amateur zoology.
I think polar bears are bigger than grizzlies.
Of course
so make them a polar bear.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
And we say good morning to all of you great 7 a.m. listeners here on a Wednesday hump day. We also say good morning to our buddy Mark Schlereth, who is sunning himself. Got the plums out, sun's out, plums out down there in South Florida.
That's right, sun's out, plums out. Just getting my testosterone up, so it's all good down here in Florida.
Down there visiting some the family, and glad to have you here. Not glad to see that the Dre Greenlaw suspension got upheld. Stoke, you were a little surprised. And maybe this sets a bad precedent?
Yeah, very surprised, especially after watching the video. You see Brad Allen obviously shove Sternad. I mean, I don't think he was going out of his way to do it. Didn't do it, intentionally. All the Broncos were kind of celebrating, and they were around Brad Allen. But he did shove him. And then hey, if you're Greenlaw and you see him shove one of your teammates and you're already ticked off at him, then why can't you give him a little business? Why can't you do that? That's a suspension? I don't understand that. I know they're going out of their way to protect the officials and the refs, and but I thought that after watching that video and seeing what happened, there was no contact to the ref. He just told him how bad he was, which was true. They're awful officiating crew. They're awful, and it starts with him. So he's terrible at his job, and that's highlighted by this suspension. But I thought they would reduce it to a fine.
I did too, man. Unbelievable. And I guess it's not unbelievable, but first off, he got in that mixture, and he was like cowering. He almost went fetal position, Brad Allen. And then he pushed his way out. Greenlaw gave him the business. Who's levying the fines? Is it the dude? Is it the guy that used to play right tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles? Is he the one? Because they got to do something.
Is that
about
Runyon?
You know what I'm talking about?
Runyon?
Yeah, Runyon.
John. No,
Runyon?
No, those are the guys that hear the appeal, isn't it? I mean, the NFL does. Whoever the NFL guy is, that Runyon? I thought he was the appeals guy.
Runyon is one of the guys that levies the fines for hits and remember when Alshire hit Trevor Lawrence and knocked him out. He was the guy that was on that. He was on that initial fine. He's the one that levies a bunch of those things. He was one of the he was historically one of the dirtiest players in football during his time, and now he's the guy that's levying these fines and trying to clean it up. And it just
how about that?
Go
figure.
That one's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's just ridiculous.
It'd be like Rodney Harrison doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a terrible precedent. Terrible. I mean, think about this. How soft do you look now if you're the NFL? You've got for over a century, baseball managers and players have gotten in the face of umpires, screamed at them, said all kinds of magic words, tossed bases around, everything. And they get tossed. They get thrown out of the game. That's what happens to them. They get thrown out of the game. Unless they bump the official, they get thrown out of the game. That's it. NBA, raging Michael Malone. Doesn't like that Nikola Jokic is getting hacked and no whistles being called. Malone storms out on the field, gets teed up once, twice, tossed from the game. That's it. That's it. Nothing else happens. But the NFL, I mean, it's a terrible look for the NFL, guys.
Soft.
Terrible look.
Yeah, not only that, Mike, it's incredibly inconsistent. Like one hit is a penalty and a flag and a penalty and a fine. The exact same hit in a different game goes unnoticed and isn't a fine, isn't a penalty, isn't like it's insanely stupid. Like we need to put some parameters on what is and what isn't, and then we need to grade those things equally. And the fact that something like this happens, I'm with you guys. It's just a really poor look for the NFL.
Well, yeah, and I think for the Broncos, for Dre Greenlaw, hopefully it ends up being a positive. I mean, that's the only way you can look at it now. The suspension is done. It's upheld. He's going to miss one game. Hopefully it gets him a chance to take a step back and continue to get healthier, get in better condition. And, Mark, you've been talking about how great Sternad's been playing. So you haven't had Greenlaw all year. He's played in one game, 21 snaps. That's it. So it's not like you're going to be missing out on a guy that's been playing great football for you all year long. So I don't think there's going to be a big void there all of a sudden. Now, you're playing a pretty good dang offense this week that you need to be on top of your game. But I don't think they're going to be missing Dre Greenlaw a lot this game.
More on the Greenlaw suspension being upheld. More on Russell Wilson showing some spine. Love it. We'll get to that in just a little bit. Other headlines from the night that was: the Avalanche lose in overtime in Utah to the Mammoth. And Jared Bednar says the second period was the culprit.
We got stubborn with the puck in the neutral zone. I mean, it's a really good rush coverage team, above pucks the whole game, really. For 2 games now we played them, and we stopped putting the puck in behind them and establishing a forecheck. So too many turnovers in the neutral zone, too many turnovers over the red line. So we didn't get anything going in the offensive zone that period. The only chances we had were off the rush. This is not enough. So they carried the momentum. They get themselves back in the game. And I thought we had a good third again.
Yeah, and the Avs also done in by a bad offsides call that negated a goal that would have put them up 2-0. Jared Bednar after the game saying it was a good goal, bad call. But as we always talk about here, at least that's the way I feel, one call is not the reason why you lose the game. There are plenty of other fingerprints on it. And in this case, why the Avalanche had to settle for a point goes beyond just, the ref screwed us. So,
got a point, Mark.
They got a point.
We got a point, though.
OTL.
I mean, think about like how that motivates your team to come away with a point.
Okay, smart guy.
No losses still.
No, they're still undefeated in regulation.
What, at 5-0-2?
Hey.
5-0-2. Got a lot. I mean, both of those ties are a point apiece, so that gives you actually 2 points.
That's like another win right there.
Yeah, it's like a win.
Two ties equal a win.
And I have said that it was absolutely crucial for this team to get off to a fast start. They got to go pedal to the metal for the entire regular season. They can't just coast like maybe they have the last couple of years since winning the Cup. The glow of the Cup is faded enough that there's got to be a sense of urgency right from the start of the season. And good news, it has been so far. David Adelman reacting to the Christian Braun 5-year, $125 million contract extension.
It's good to see somebody that gets it not just off talent, but off work. And I think that goes a long way. In our league, sometimes you're guessing of what could happen down the road, and you're paying for that. This has been earned every step of the way. The fans, everyone's seen it. Like, you've seen the growth, the confidence, not just in his game, but his confidence. So it's a proud day for us. And like I said, he should be a very happy man.
It's an organizational win. That really is. Any time that it's like Nick Benito. It's like George Payton, holy bleep, I can't believe we got Benito at, 54 or whatever it was. When you see a guy that you draft, nurture, and then goes out and earns that big contract for you, big organizational win. Huge source of pride for everybody. Scouts, development people, everybody. So good job, Christian Braun. And the Nuggets kick things off tomorrow night.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is great. Good job locking up a player that's just, I think, entering his prime. and a guy that you've drafted, you developed, and he's a big part of this core group now moving forward. So nice job. Now he can just focus on playing basketball this year and going out and having a great year.
All right. Well, the war of words between Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, it's out in the open now. These two can't stand each other. That's next.
What a roller coaster. After trailing for nearly the entire game, the Broncos offense erupted with a 33-point fourth quarter and sent the Giants back to the Big Apple with a loss. What can Sean Payton do to get his offense going before the final frame? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You do a lot for other people. How about you do something for yourself? Specifically that hair loss that just has you, well, pulling out your remaining hair. Meet the outstanding team at Advanced Hair Restoration, and I do mean team, from legendary Dr. Tanya Pauls to her all-star staff. Take advantage of a free consultation and learn all about Advanced Hair's simple one-day hair loss solution that's guaranteed to regrow your own natural hair. You choose how much and where, and Advanced Hair does the rest. All right, sounds too easy, right? What's the catch? Well, there's no catch. Believe me, I know. Over 20 years ago, I wondered the same thing, but I had this done. Good information-packed consultation to start. One relaxing, stress-free day to have it done. Easy aftercare and new hair, my hair, starting to regrow immediately and continuing to grow 2 decades later. Winner of Westward's Best of Denver 2 years in a row. For a limited time, get a free consultation, 250 free hair grafts, $250 off. Call 720-459-HAIR and at advancehair.com. That's advancehair.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Attention Denver and Colorado Springs. This is a can't-miss real estate buying opportunity Saturday, October 25th. 35, 50, and 105-acre ranches starting at just $59,900. The ranches have big mountain views and utilities like electricity, high-speed internet, and county-maintained road frontage. All just minutes from Colorado Springs. 35 acres, just $59,900. 50 acres, just $89,900. 105 acres, just $149,900. This is your chance to buy a huge piece of land in the booming Colorado Springs market. This is not an auction. The prices are set and the ranches are priced to sell in a single day, Saturday, October 25th. Call our friendly staff for more information or to book your appointment. Call 866-CO-RANCH. That's 866-CO-RANCH. 866-267-2624.
This is Hall of Famer Terrell Davis. During my playing days, I knew success came from hard work and a great team. The same is true in banking. That's why I trust Colorado Credit Union. They've got the tools to help you reach your financial goals. Whether it's buying a home, growing your savings, or just making the right money moves. With Colorado Credit Union, you get exceptional service with personal touch. Ready to win with your finances? Visit ccu.org today or stop by any branch. Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank. Membership eligibility required. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th,
New Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
This is Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. If you've been seriously injured in a truck or car wreck, you want Wilhite. We've been voted best personal injury law firm for the last 3 years in a row. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Tune into Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Relentless mind games.
Are you trying to get me in an really right now?
Total accountability.
You're always throwing your teammates under the bus. That's just what you do.
And a sprinkle of advanced analytics.
The Boo rating, BOO, which is balls over opponent.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Well, it's out in the open now. I think we always suspected it, but it's clear. Sean Payton and Russell Wilson do not like each other. So it started, Sean started it by making this comment after the game on Sunday.
I wasn't smiling. Benito told me to smile. I said, all right, I'll smile. I just think there's a lot of work ahead. And again, I have a ton of respect for that organization. I spent 4 of my early years there coordinating Super Bowl, first game in this stadium before 9/11, close with the Mayor Tisch family. You know, they found a little spark with that quarterback. I was talking to John Mayer not too long ago, and I said we were hoping that change would have happened long after our game.
Clearly. Shot at Russ. No doubt about it. You know, the implication is clear. We were hoping we'd get Russ, and that would make life easier, and then maybe you make the switch to Dart after that game. Well, Russ dropped his veil of toxic positivity, revealed the real Russ, perhaps, by going to Twitter and saying, quote, classless but not surprised. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the media. What was the hashtag, by the way?
Let's ride.
Let's ride. All right, Stink, this is teed up for you. What'd you think of it?
Listen, man, I loved it. I have said forever that the toxic positivity, just the overall baloney, lack of authenticity, all those things from Russ. Man, like, football is hard, and sometimes it doesn't go your way, and sometimes you got to be honest with yourself and tell you how bad you suck. And sometimes you got to get your gander up, or your dander up, I guess. It's dander, right?
Dander,
I would
yes,
say
dander.
You get your dander. I love the fact that Russ got a little bristly and got a little pissed off, and good. And I love the fact that Sean poked the bear. So this is great theater. This is going to be awesome. I can't wait. I hope Sean responds when he has a chance to stand at the podium.
Yeah, do we think this is going to be done? I think Sean is going to just move on from it. When he's going to get asked. Yeah, he's going to get asked what's he's going to get asked today.
Yeah.
Cuz he talks today, right?
Yeah.
And he'll just say, "Hey, I'm focused on the Cowboys, I think." And
we're on to Dallas. We're on to the Cowboys.
That's what I think. I hope he does it. No, I agree with you. This is fun. Obviously, it was a shot at Russ. Obviously, the two of them didn't get along. And it was nice to see Russ fire back. All good. Kind of fun. I think Russ probably should have just said nothing. Sean probably should have said nothing, but I'm here for it. It's entertaining. Russ now, you look at his career, all he's doing is bringing more attention to what's happened after he left Sean Payton. It hasn't been good, obviously. So it's entertaining.
Stink, this is another case of Sean, though. Shooting from the lip, right?
Yeah,
he doesn't. He doesn't mind telling you, how he feels. And you got plenty of people who don't like that. And you have plenty of people, we're getting them on the RummelsLaw.com text line and our YouTube channel, saying, Sean, this is proof that, Sean's arrogant. He's a bleepity bleep. He needs to shut his mouth. All of that.
Sure. I mean, but you have a problem. I mean, obviously people have a problem with that because, there's a lot of Rusties out there like, oh, you can't be critical of Russ. Hey, man, like Sean wears it on his sleeve. And what I detected no lies. Was there a lie in there? They'd have much rather faced Russell Wilson than they would have Jackson Dart with his ability to move and second play opportunities and all those things, not taking sacks, scrambling around. It was a much bigger challenge facing Dart than it would have been for Russ. So there's no lies detected in there. What was there a very thinly veiled shot at Russ? Absolutely. But I'm here for it. I think it's great.
Not thinly veiled. I mean, it was a direct shot at Russ. I mean, there was no doubt about it.
And he's been doing that for a while with all the sack talk. Every time he talks about sacks.
It's a quarterback stat. Yeah. We took too many of them last year. Yeah. Look how much better Bo is. Right. I mean, he's taking
Is he lying?
No.
Is he lying?
No, he's taking a bunch of shots at Russ, which, I mean, Russ and him didn't vibe. They are different guys. They see things differently. And, I mean, Sean got the most out of Russ here when you look at Russ's career the last 3-4 years, his best days were with Sean. But they just couldn't work together. They are not, they don't see things the same way. And that's obvious. It's just different here that Russ decided to finally take a shot back at Sean.
Well, I love it because Russ did drop the veil, and he did kind of reveal sort of his true self. And he has done a masterful job with his team of putting out a certain kind of public image. But, Stink, you've talked to the people in Seattle, and we've seen it now here with Denver, and I suspect you talked to people in Pittsburgh, and you probably talked to people in New York. And the stories are legion about, let's just say, Russ isn't as authentic as he comes across with his public image.
I mean, I think there are plenty of people that when you discuss Russ that love playing with him, appreciate him, all those different things. And there are plenty of people that don't. And so, I mean, I don't know that it's split down the middle, but there are plenty of people that are, just like, whatever, dude. And, and the bottom line is even the guys who love him will tell you he's quirky. I mean, we've talked about, with his, hey, here comes the airplane, all this stuff that we, all the sound drops that we have. But
spicy.
Yeah, it's spicy. But I personally, for him, like, I am glad that he came back out and went over the top. Like, I'm good for him because you need to do that. Like your career, since Seattle let you go. I mean, we keep saying it. Is it Russ or is it Seattle? Is it Denver? Is it Pittsburgh? Is it the Giants? Eventually, if 4 different teams say thank you but no thank you, like, then it's you. Like, you are the issue. Like, I say it all the time. If everywhere you go it smells like crap, you know what? It's probably you. You probably ought to check the bottom of your shoe. And so, anyhow, I mean, that's where we are right now. But I'm glad he fought back.
Yeah, does Russ do press conferences? Does the backup quarterback, is he Tim Tebow in it?
No,
does
only
he hold
Tim Tebow?
Right, does he hold court though? Does he talk to the media at all during the week? Is this going to be it from Russ? Do you think Sean fires back today at all?
No. And I think he'll say something along the lines of, I wasn't even thinking about Russ when I said that.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, right, Sean.
Right.
Which is great.
Which I that's what I suspect, but I wish he would come out and just say, yeah, look, I know I took the job. I know that I inherited Russ. So I knew that I signed up for it to a certain degree, but man, couldn't stand that guy.
So you're gonna
that'd be awesome.
You think he's just gonna basically? I would love him to go, Russ who? What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you were talking about.
Right.
Well, yeah, I think, but he will take another shot at him at some point during the season. Somehow, some way.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Whether it comes up with, Bo not taking sacks and, taking care of the football and, it's nice. He will take another couple shots at Russ, which I love. It's still awesome. And so we'll see if we get anything else today from either one of them.
And for the Sean critics out there who, there are many, has he lied about anything? I mean, when he talked about Nathaniel Hackett, did he lie? No. Is he lying here? No. The other stuff he said, those were his opinions. So, until he just comes out and starts spewing lies, hey, I like the fact that he tells us what he thinks. I got no problem with it.
He backs up.
I got no problem with it.
He backs up pretty much everything that he says.
99% of what people in sports say publicly is boring. It's cliche-ridden. It's just white noise helping Stoke get to sleep.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
So every once in a while somebody comes out and says some things that are true, but because you're used to the 99% of white noise, it stands out. And so you got some people who love it, and you got some people who are like, oh, too much. Go back to saying that we're just hoping to get better today than we were yesterday. Just give me that boring stuff. So we got Joe.
I'm here for it, man. I'm just like, I was going through Twitter yesterday, just going, okay, what's next? Is he going to say anything else?
Yeah,
Is he going to say anything else?
I loved it. I thought it was great. So give me more of it. Give me more. We got Joel Clatt joining us coming up in about 45 minutes. We got 4 Down Territory coming up next.
Christian Braun is here to stay. The Nuggets locked down their rising star with a 5-year extension worth $125 million. With CB cemented into the starting lineup, is it officially championship or bust in Denver this season? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Well, winter is coming, and if you know somebody like I do who hates driving in the snow and getting down his driveway, send them to Siltahar Motors. They are ready to go for winter. Stocked up on all-wheel drive Broncos Sports. Buy a 2025 Broncos Sport for only $25,999 or lease for only $299 per month. Siltahar currently has a huge inventory, over 1,000 new and used vehicles available to choose from all 5 of their dealerships, Ford, Lincoln, Volvo, Mazda, all in one place. Check out their entire inventory at sthmotors.com. In fact, do all your shopping at sthmotors.com. Siltahar Motors has been locally owned and operated for over 60 years now. This allows them to offer the lowest prices in town, offer top dollar for your trade-in, and make it easier to get into that new or used car with different financing options. Don't get stuck on Mount Crumpet this winter. Check out the 2025 Broncos Sport at sthmotors.com and conveniently located at Highway 36 in Wadsworth. Siltahar Motors, get everything you want from a dealership.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, October 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
They say a full marathon is the ultimate test. For me, it's more than a race. It's a milestone I once thought impossible. Michelle Smallman here, and I'm running my very first marathon in New York City with the support of Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assists powered by Parity. Together, we're empowering girls and women through sports and education, with grants to 32 organizations in 21 states. Every step I take is for the finish line and for the next generation chasing their dreams. Here's to 26.2 miles and a future with no limits.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Listener appreciation.
Our RamosLaw.com texters always answer the bell.
Mentorship.
You can't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Yeah. And words of wisdom.
Don't let my confidence offend your insecurity.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, 4 Down Territory coming up here in just a second. I want to get both your reactions to our buddy James Palmer, who will get on Friday, but he was on with The Drive yesterday, and he was talking. He is very connected. He talks to people all around the NFL, and he was curious to hear what people are saying about Sean Payton and this offense and Bo Nix. And, well, here's what he told The Drive he has heard.
And I contacted a bunch of defensive coaches that I know that have faced this Broncos offense, and multiple things can be true at the same time. Did I hear from more than one coach that Sean has been a bit predictable and these defenses have figured him out a little bit and he has been a little bit slow to adjust and change? True. They feel that way. Do these coaches also believe that Sean at the same time has been scheming guys open, and there have been guys that have been schemed open deep and Bo has missed them? Like, I had one defensive coordinator tell me, Phil, like, Bo just is not a good deep ball thrower. At least this season he's not right now. I mean, he's arguably, if you look at the statistics and the advanced metrics, he's arguably the worst deep ball thrower in football this year.
It's true.
So that falls on Bo. So what I'm saying is there's issues all around in the way that this is looked at by defensive coaches that have faced this team. Can Sean still scheme guys open? Sir. Can Sean get, a bit predictable at times? You saw that from the Giants defensive line calling out at the number of screens. They saw certain things coming, and they read it, and they knew it.
Mark, you know what he's saying, right?
What's that, Stoke?
They're lacking the go ball. we got to get the go ball fixed, right? It's just
Stoke. Stoke. Here's the thing, Stoke. You are on it. Like nothing gets by you.
No,
and it's incredible. You're right. It probably, you know what you probably ought to do? They probably call it like a 9 or something. You know, they need to go back to calling it go ball.
If they do that, go balls on 3. Ready? Hut. I mean, dude, no, but
just spit out my coffee. We can't do that. Go balls on 3.
but seriously, no, their deep ball, their vertical passing game is terrible. It is terrible.
Awful.
I mean, when was the last time we had like an explosive play over 35, 40 yards, just a straight go route? We had a few that were open earlier in the year that Bo overthrew. 3 of them, I think, something like that. Remember those first few games? But after that, I mean, the only time we see him, Mark, you talked about the first 3 quarters yesterday. The only time we see him is Bo gets out of the pocket and, it's a scramble drill. And then the guy goes deep and he chunks it and it goes over the guy's head or out of bounds. But just, a 7-step drop and just throwing, whatever down the football field, we just don't see a lot of that.
Yeah, it's been bad. And even when they have it, when Sean has it schemed up and there is a deep ball that's open, like I said yesterday watching it, there's zero opportunity for not only making a catch, but drawing a flag. Like part of running a deep ball, part of running, just a vertical passing game is there are 4 things that can happen. 3 of them are okay. You could throw an incompletion, that's okay. You could throw a completion, that's great. You can get a PI, that's great. And ultimately you could throw a pick. Well, 3/4 of the results are pretty decent. And you're not even giving a chance. You're not giving guys a chance. The only thing you're doing is throwing incompletions. Now, is that because it's been drilled into your head we can't throw picks? We can't throw picks? At some point, you got to give your receiver an opportunity to go up and pull a Stokley and just moss somebody.
That's what I'm
it should have been
talking
called
about.
a Stokley.
Yeah, that's
should
right.
Have been, forget about a Moss.
Right.
Should have been called a Stokley. And we don't have any of those opportunities in our offense. And sometimes, to James Palmer's point, like, are you predictable at times? Sometimes you're predictable because why? Because we want to show you this 3 or 4 times to get you to play it so that we can get over the top and create one of those explosive plays that we're not creating right now because our quarterback is just woefully inaccurate throwing those particular balls.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that it does for you, it softens the defense up. If they don't respect you going down the football field, what are they going to do? Everything that you throw underneath or in the middle of the football field, I mean, they're not going to be backing up, right? So I think when you don't show the ability to stretch the football field, now – look, they're not scared of you going by them. So they're sitting on everything. All that underneath stuff becomes a lot more difficult to have success with because they're not scared of you going by them.
So this is an inconsistent offense. It's a blow, hot, and cold offense. Through 7 games, guys, why is this such an inconsistent offense? Is it the play calling? Is it the quarterback play? I know you're going to say there's elements of both, but if you really had to pin it down to one or the other, the way that the offense is being designed and called, or the way it's being quarterbacked, what would it be?
But you got to throw another one in there, Mike.
Yeah, you're missing it.
Yeah, you're missing it. So let me help you out here.
Yeah, help me out.
How about the rest of the offensive players?
Okay.
Not doing their job. So you can't put it all on Bo. I mean, I'm seeing our right guard. I mean, I'd love to hear a breakdown of how he's played this year, Miners. Our center. Then all of a sudden you look up, our tight ends aren't doing anything, and then our receivers are dropping balls, and then they're not blocking. So I think it's a culmination of everything, right? Everything. I'm not just putting it on Bo. The guys around him have to be better. The running game is meh. The passing game is, nothing for 3/4, and all of a sudden it looks like the best thing ever. So I think everybody is inconsistent. Yeah. Look, you can throw Sean's play calling in there if you want. You can be critical of that. You start the game with 3 straight passes. Is that ideal? Is that what this team should be doing? You get down to the 2-yard line, and then we try to throw, a corner route or a go ball to Garrett Bowles, fade to Bolsey. It's like, really? Let's just blow them off the ball for 3 straight plays. It's 2nd and goal from the 2. If we're going to go for it on 4th down, see if they can stop us. Next thing you know, we're throwing the ball 3 plays in a row from the 2-yard line. 1 to Bolsey, 1 to, a sprint, quick sprint right, 18, which, that was cool in 99, when I fell on my face and Brian Billick was yelling at me. I mean, but it's not cool anymore. And then there you go throwing another, screen to Sutton, and he almost gets his head taken off. So you put it all together, all of it.
Yeah. Stokely, to Stokes' point, man, you got to the one you missed is execution. Like, listen, simple is it's funny how I can sit here and talk about simplicity. And, in my time with the Broncos, where we won more games than any team in NFL history over a 3-game stretch, we ran 6 plays in the run game. And we were just really good at executing those 6 plays. You can still do that. There's no question that you can do that. But you got to have guys that are willing to execute. And to Stokes' point, like, Miners just makes way too many mental mistakes. Just way too many mental mistakes. And Wattenberg, it gets blown off the ball occasionally. If you get him matched up, if I'm a coordinator, man, I would find ways, especially in the pass game, to get him matched up one-on-one because I don't think he can hold up. So there are too many mistakes. Then tight ends, Mike, you always say, well, why would we have tight ends that could block? Well, because it's important. And they don't lock up anybody on the edge. When they do, they're yanking somebody down with a face mask. And if you're going to throw bubble screens and do those things, your receivers have to block. So, like, all those things are what's costing this offense. And I'm sure you could put it on tape and go, look at this, look at this, look at this. Look, if we just block this, if we just do this, you could do like it's got to be really, really frustrating as a designer of the offense, as a play caller, to have these guys just not executing. Because if you execute, you blow people out.
Well, and, we've all had it, for people that played. College, NFL, Mike, you haven't, but Mark, you have.
Yeah.
Guys that have played, like when you go into the film room, and coaches always do this, right? They put up the plays and say, hey, y'all guys are complaining about the play calling. Well, look, Troutman, you didn't block this guy. If you block him, then we get a 5-yard run. Look, right here on the bubble screen. Troy Franklin, you didn't block this guy. Pat Bryant, but I think also you have to, if you're a coach here, I'm not just putting it all on these guys executing. I'm not, okay? You have to adapt to your personnel. So if they're not getting the job done, you have to find a way to help them out, whatever it may be. So this is your group. You're not changing all these guys. You have to figure out how to get the best out of them. And right now it's not working. So you have to take a step back if you're this offensive staff. Not just all Sean, this whole staff. They got a lot of really good coaches on this staff. And you have to figure out how to be more consistent with this group. Whether it be, hey, taking out the RPO game, making your run game, to Mark's point, more simple, taking some more shots down the football field. Stop with the screens. Hey, let's just, I don't know, take a 2-week hiatus from the bubble screen game or for any quick screens. Let's just 2 weeks. What do they call that? Moratorium?
Ooh,
yeah.
Hey, Stoke.
Yeah, I like that.
Great word.
Yeah.
Great word.
That works.
Did that fit?
That fits.
Did it fit?
Proper context.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bam. Nailed it. So do you know what I'm saying, though? As a coach and a coaching staff, you're responsible also for what's happening out there. So I'm not just putting it all on these players executing it. You got to put them in a better position to be successful.
It's interesting you say that, because last week they ended up putting Cortland Sutton at the point on those bubble screens and say, hey, Cortland, you're big, you're strong, you go out and get it. And he missed 2 blocks. So, hey, let's change this up and put our guy on. And he missed a couple blocks. So you're right, Stokley. You got to, hey, man, if we're not going to do it, at some point, I'm just going to quit doing it. So, yeah, you have to make those adjustments as well. I'm with you.
Yeah, and I love this text on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. Evans, you are clearly the captain of the ship when it comes to Sean-sponsored radio. Okay, I'll try this one more time. Maybe it'll get through, okay? I have no problem criticizing Sean. I've criticized Sean. I'll criticize him right now. I can't stand all the bubble screens. Can't stand him. I also think that he needs to stop thinking that he's got a class full of students that are ready to learn calculus when they're still trying to figure out Algebra 1. Okay, so I do put responsibility and accountability towards Sean, but I just feel like throughout a lot of this, the players have been left off the hook, and I think the quarterback has been left off the hook because so many fans want to believe Bo is the guy that they don't want to hear any criticism of Bo, and they want to think that it's all got to be Sean's fault. That's the part that irritates me. Here's something else that, factors into it that I think needs to be talked about. Pro Football Focus, whatever you may think about Pro Football Focus, I don't think they're far off when they list the teams in the NFL by total drops this season. Drop passes, okay? Leading the way with 21 is the Jaguars. 21 drop passes this year, leading the NFL according to Pro Football Focus. Next, the Browns with 18. Then the Broncos with 15 drop passes. By comparison, the top teams in the NFL, the Ravens have 3, the Seahawks and Eagles have 4, the Packers, Bears, and Patriots have 6. That's a big, big gap there between 18 drops and 4, 5, 6 drops. So we saw a couple of those the other day. Atkins dropped 1. Cortland dropped 1. Franklin dropped 1. So when you start talking about what's plaguing this offense, yeah, I absolutely agree. There is some predictability, especially when it comes to those screens. but let's not let the players off the hook. And I think there's been too much of that. So if you think that makes me the captain of Sean-sponsored radio, okay.
No, you're good. I think, they got to execute better, and they got to make plays. That's what you get paid to do, ultimately. And to your point right there, I mean, the receivers, way too many drops. What do you do? Is part of it, Mike and Mark, is part of that drop pass issue on the fact that, you're not in the rhythm and the flow of the game. You're in and out. Besides Cortland, you look up and it's Pat Bryant, it's Sherfield, it's Franklin, it's Mims. You don't ever get in the flow of a football game. So are you being put in the best possible situation to be successful? You follow me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in and out of the lineup, and then Bo doesn't know, so there's a lot of that. So does that factor into all the drops? Or am I giving them an excuse?
No, I think, Stoke, I mean, you could sit there and look at it as an excuse, but I think that's part of it as well. And, I travel around every week talking to coaches and talking about, this, that, and the other. And that rhythm between quarterback and receiver, that time on task, that's real. And especially in today's game where you don't get a lot of time on task in the offseason. Like, think about your off seasons with Peyton Manning and how much you guys worked on your passing game and how much you guys worked on your, staples. Like, we run, this is one thing we run. We run it 24/7. We're going to run it out of, each formation, whatever it is. But we're running this concept. And how different that is in today's game. It's important.
Let's get to 4 down territory.
It's time for 4 Down Territory, where Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth react to the latest action both on and off the gridiron. Kicking things off with First Down.
Well, gained a chance to listen to some of the drive yesterday. Good stuff, good conversation from them. Wanted to share something else that got said on their show. Here was Philip Lindsay saying that Sean Payton needs to hold himself more accountable.
Don't think the players aren't talking about it. Don't think Bo Nix isn't talking to Davis Webb about it in the meeting room when it's an individual quarterback meeting where it's like, hey, we need to ask Sean to do more of this. Don't think the offensive line's not asking questions of why can't we do more of this? Or the running back says, hey, why can't we run the ball a little bit more? All these questions are being asked. And for Sean, it's like, when are you going to start to listen to your players? When are you going to start to obey your eyes on where your team's at? And the strength of your team is the offensive line and running the ball as of right now. Mm-hmm. When are you going to be able to take a step back and say, hey, I need to be a better play caller at times as well. I need to help my quarterback out who's struggling. I need to help my offensive line out by maybe running the ball more. Like certain things, this is a team sport. When I heard what Sean just said about he nitpicked the defense, he talked about the offense, but yet he didn't criticize himself. This is your team. You handpicked all these players. You're this mastermind, but you don't say, hey, I have to be better too. You have to be better. Sean has to be better.
Yeah, I think, when Sean says we have a lot of work ahead, I think he's putting himself in there also. I do.
Oh, he throws himself in there all the time.
Right.
I don't know what Phil's listening to.
I believe he's throwing himself in there. He knows he's the captain of that ship, right? And I think he's got to be looking at this and looking at himself, looking at the play calling. I mean, last year, for goodness gracious, he put run the ball on his play sheet, right? I mean, so that's him. And so I think and hopefully he's very critical of what he calls and how he calls it. I think most offensive coordinators are, and hopefully that his assistant coaches, I would think that, Lombardi and Carmichael, those guys that have been with him a long time, have his ear and can be honest with them about certain things when they're going through and, when you're self-scouting yourself and looking back about, how much you're running the ball. Do you need to run it more? And I will give him credit, though. We do need to give him credit here, Mark. Late in football games, when he could have totally abandoned the run against the Eagles, he stuck with it, and it paid off, and they won that football game. Hey, last week against the Giants, they stuck with the run. That first touchdown drive there late third quarter, early fourth quarter, they stuck with the run, which would have been easy just to say, we got to throw the ball. But he stuck with the run. You got to give him credit for doing that and sticking with the run late in the football game that looked like they were going to get blown out.
Yeah, in that third quarter, they had a couple of pin and pull pitch plays, where Dobbins goes, 30 some yards on one of the runs, which really set them up for that first touchdown. So you're 100% right on that stuff, Stokley. Here's the other thing that I think is a false narrative that floats around Denver. Like Phil said, hey, this running game and the strength of your team is this running game, this offensive line. I'll be the first to put my hand up and say I disagree. I think Dobbins is a damn good back, and I think you need to use him more. But to sit there and say, hey, this offensive line is a top 3 group, like it's been that's been the national narrative, and it's just not true. So I don't know that really is kind of the quote-unquote strength of your football team.
Second down.
Do you have something else you want to add?
Well, it was going to be about the running game, the offensive line, and I heard Dover and Cecil talking about it yesterday. R.J. Harvey. I mean, what are we getting from him in the running game? He's been non-existent.
He's just been a guy that catches passes, Stoke.
Yeah.
That's what they've used him as.
Right, exactly. I mean, he hasn't provided anything in the running game. I mean, is it time to see more Bidet? Try to see if he can get a spark behind
Jaleel.
No. No. Let's try Bidet.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just
Jaleel.
I mean, Dobbins has been really good, but we got to have more from our backup.
I miss Jaleel. Let's get some more reaction. Nick Benito talking to Kay Adams about Bo Nix.
Shoot, that Bo's a dog. I mean, when you look at it, man, he lives for those type of moments, man. He's came big for us 2 times this year already in the clutch like that. And, when it's time to let Bo cook, man, he's been doing this thing. So, I'm proud of him. I know the team is. And, I know this is only the beginning for him, man. I know he's going to continue to get so much better, as his career gets along. So, I'm proud of him, man. He's for sure a dog.
Listen, I get what you're saying, Stoke. The fourth quarter heroics is awesome, but what about the first 3 quarters? For me, I'll gladly start with the fact that this guy seems to have the clutch gene, and I'll worry about figuring out those first 3 quarters down the road. That'll come. Honestly, that's the easier part. Once you know that you got a guy who's got the clutch gene, the rest of that's kind of lagniappe. That'll happen. I'd much rather be starting from this position than starting from, well, this guy can really make plays over the first 3 quarters, but when it comes winning time, he kind of shrinks in the moment. That's the kind of stuff that you really don't know if you can ever fix. So I'll take what we got from our cue right now.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. There's no doubt about it, Mark. I mean, you'd rather have a guy that's clutch in the fourth quarter than a guy that, doesn't know how to, make plays when it matters the most.
Yeah, I also love the fact that Bo Nix can let all the stuff go, the bad things, the missed throws, the missed opportunities. And we talked about it yesterday a little bit. Those 2 corner routes he threw, one dropped by Tony Franklin, and one caught by
Tony Franklin?
Cortland Sutton.
Tony Franklin?
Troy Franklin, I mean.
Wasn't he a
Tony
barefoot
Tony
kicker
Franklin
back in
was
the
a
days?
field goal kicker. Here's my old man brain. So, remember he was fat? No, that was Tony Frisch.
Yeah, he was kind of like if
Stoke, don't worry about it.
I didn't watch football in the 60s.
Just keep going. Right. Just keep going.
Yeah, you were getting
just keep going.
Whatever his name is, Franklin. Let me just go there.
Franklin.
He had that. Yeah, he had that drop. Those were literally two of the best throws that I have seen in all the film I've looked at this year. And I'm not just talking about Broncos film. I'm talking about around the league. Those two corner routes were those are well thrown balls, and both of those cornerbacks on that side were trying to take that ball away, and they were perfectly placed balls. So there have been some great throws by Bo Nix, but the fact that you can let go of some of the bad stuff and be at your best in critical situations, that says a lot about that guy.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point, right? A big part of being successful, whether you're, whatever you do, golfer, a field goal kicker, but especially a quarterback, you got to let go of the bad stuff.
Yeah.
You can't let it eat at you, right? And because we know of certain people that could never get over mistakes, right, Mark? And you just let it eat at you, and that's what drove you. That's what drove you, right?
Yeah.
You didn't want to let your teammates down, and you just couldn't get rid of any of the.
You're right. That's why I just Stoke. I just didn't make mistakes.
Right. That's why you just dispense justice.
That's why the night before a game, you move all the furniture around his hotel room and go through every single pass set, work up a big sweat.
The two of you guys should probably try to do this before shows. Maybe stack your notes differently. Maybe go through some things. Because we catch you all the time, just kind of slacking.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, I do nothing when it comes to organizing and running this show.
We need better prep out of you.
Nothing.
To keep it is your responsibility to keep us on track, and that's where you failed. That is where you have consistently failed.
Consistently. I got to be better. Got to pull the thumb. Don't point the finger. Fan Flyaway's back thanks to 303 Law 4040. This time we're sending one lucky listener and a guest to Phoenix in February for the biggest party in golf. What you'll get: 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round trip airfare for 2 from Denver, 2 nights hotel stay, and $500 spending money. For more information and to register, head to the fanflyaway.com. Now, if you've already signed up for one of our previous flyaways, you do not have to do a thing. You're already registered for this one. Once you sign up for one flyaway, you're entered for all future flyaways. Joe Clatt join us coming up in 15 minutes.
Do Bo Nix and the Broncos learn something about themselves with a win over the Giants?
Bo Nix is clutch. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. And this team is going to know that when they're down, they're never out. After 2 fourth quarter, 14-plus point comebacks, this team's going to feel like we've always got a chance.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Fellas, what is happening? Stoke here from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. You got to go check out the auctions that are open for bidding right now. Got one ending today at 9 o'clock. Don't worry, you still have time. All you got to do is go to rollerauction.com to get logged in, to get signed up. It's free, it's easy, it's open to the public. The best part about it is you're going to get some great deals on some great items. Got an invite workshop auction that is ending today at 9 o'clock in the morning. About 140 items in this auction. This is a really cool auction. Got a Toyota forklift, also got a hydro crop hydraulic iron worker. How about a welder? Cool Lincoln electric square wave welder. Steel sheets. Got a 2-stage gas snowblower. Snow's about to be coming here soon. If you need a snowblower, they got you taken care of there. All kinds of big ticket items that you're going to get great deals on. And then next week, you got to go check out next week. Got 4 auctions that will be ending next week. This is what I love about Roller Auction, is they're always updating and adding new auctions every single week. Go see it all and get yourself one of those great deals at rollerauction.com. That's Roller Auction.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
How good does it feel to let go of 82 pounds in just 16 weeks? Soda Weight Loss is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results.
In 16 weeks, I lost 82 pounds because I had learned how to eat smarter. And that's what soda does. They don't just help you lose weight fast, they help you keep it off with habits that last a lifetime.
No hunger, no shots, no guesswork.
You probably saved my life. I mean, I was 30 pounds overweight. I went on soda, and now I'm healthy, and I just got off my blood pressure medicine and my cholesterol medicine, and that is amazing to me.
With Soda Weight Loss, you get real support to help you let go of the weight for good. And now it's easier than ever. Join Soda Weight Loss now, and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
This is Jeff for Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Greg.
Hi, my name is Greg. I've been a patient of Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 10 years. I noticed that I was really tired. I was lethargic. I didn't sleep really well, and I was overweight. My waist was 4 inches over what it should have been. It was really difficult for me to lose the body shape I didn't like. And of course, my marriage, yes. No man in their 40s wants to have low libido in their marriage. I'm really thankful for this therapy because it just makes me feel the man I want to be, active, at home, everywhere. If you're feeling like I was, call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today and get checked. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Thanks, Greg. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Jacob's Law, 303 Law 4040.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Self-appointed nicknames.
Obviously, I am the hockey guy at this station.
Grammar lessons.
High five, Fama Jamma.
And Oscar-worthy impressions.
My version was, get off my plane. Okay. Yours was,
get off my plane. It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, good morning. Happy hump day. We got Joel Clatt joining us in just a few minutes. Dan Orlovsky coming up at 9:15. Let's kind of reset the headlines of the morning that we've been talking about. Dre Greenlaw's suspension, surprisingly, did not get changed. It is upheld. And guys, I think this is a bad look for the NFL. I don't care what Dre Greenlaw said. I don't care if he should have been, the bigger person that he was brought in here as a veteran from a winning background in San Francisco, and he should set a certain example. Hey, players in the heat of the battle, they argue. They go after officials. They do it in baseball. They've been doing it for a century in baseball. They do it in basketball. Coaches get teed up, tossed, all that. But they don't get suspended. Stoke, bad look by the NFL. Bad look if they're saying the message that their officials have rabbit ears after the game is over.
Yeah. I don't think it went, it crossed the line for a suspension. If you want to send a message, give them a $100,000 fine and let's move on. Message sent, I think. If you go down that road, I just to suspend a guy for that to me is I just think it's way overboard. I like the fact that Dre Greenlaw did that. I do. I really do. And I think Dover and Cecil were like, I can't believe he did that. He's a captain, and he got to be better. And I'm like, what? Hey, it means something to him. He was pissed off that they almost stole that game from him and the Broncos. I love that, right? He wants to win. And so he's going to wear his emotions on his sleeve. And that to me shows, man, this guy's in it. He's invested in it. And he felt like they almost got screwed out of a win. And so I love that fact that Greenlaw was emotional about it, and it meant something to him.
Yeah, at what point are we going to start having the potty mouth fine? You can't cuss on the field at all? I mean, like, give me a break. You can't handle it as a referee. Your whole job as a referee is, one, to not be noticeable in the game. That's the number one job you have. Don't be noticeable in the game. Don't make the game about you. Nobody came to watch you throw flags. That's your number one priority. And then your other priority is to diffuse potential situations. And that's not diffusing a potential situation. Hey, man, I get it. Hey, it's all right. You guys won. Let's move on. The fact that you're going to throw a flag and you're going to, your panties are going to be in a wad over somebody yelling at you or cussing at you or whatever, that to me is because the NFL had to talk to Brad Allen, right? Didn't they have to talk to him? He said some mean words to me, and I don't like the way I was treated. What are we, toddlers?
I can't believe that baseball, led by the incompetent Rob Manfred, actually looks like they're made of tougher stuff than the NFL when after the Padres were eliminated, game was over, just like this the other day, game was over, and they felt they got screwed by the umps, and the umps are leaving the field, walking down the stairs into the dugout, through the Padres dugout, and there are like 4 or 5 Padres just leaning over, just screaming at them. Nothing happened. I don't think I heard any news about these Padre players going to be suspended for the first couple games of next season.
If that was the NFL, they'd be suspended
Baseball.
for 3 months.
Baseball's getting it right. Baseball's getting it right, and the NFL's not getting it right? Boy, there's your indictment right there against the NFL, that baseball got it right, and the NFL didn't.
Well, Mike, they weren't cussing, though. They were just saying, we just disagree with that call. We don't, you make us so angry. And so the players.
Bad call.
Yeah, the players didn't use any profanity.
Right. I'm sure there was none of that.
And so now all you're doing is really, again, you're bringing more attention to how bad you were, Brad Allen and his crew. How bad that missed pass interference call on Riley Moss was. Right? I mean, that's what you're doing here. So now we're talking more about how bad that officiating crew was.
On the RumbleSlot.com text line, nope, Greenlaw needs to be better and more disciplined. Stoke and Stink, you are ticking me off.
Well, get over it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, sorry. I don't mind it at all. I really don't. I kind of like that. I like that fiery side of Dre Greenlaw. I mean, you got to play this game on the edge a little bit, and that's the type of player he is. So, hey, you know what? Sometimes you cross the line. Okay, you got to pay the price here, but I don't mind it at all.
Well, Joel Clatt's on deck. Couple more headlines to get to, then we'll bring Joel in. Congratulations to Christian Braun on the eve of the Nuggets starting up their season, getting that new rich contract, and head coach David Adelman proud of it.
It's good to see somebody that gets it not just off talent, but off work. And I think that goes a long way. In our league, sometimes you're guessing of what could happen down the road, and you're paying for that. This has been earned every step of the way. The fans, everyone's seen it. Like, you've seen the growth, the confidence, not just in his game, but his confidence. So it's a proud day for us. And like I said, he should be a very happy man.
Nuggets open up their season tomorrow night against Golden State. Warriors beat the Lakers to kick off their season last night. The Avalanche lose in Utah, sort of. It was an overtime loss. And, guys, as you know, one of the benefits of the OTL, the overtime loss, it does give you a chance, like Jared Bednar can, to look for silver linings.
Hey, it's an important point on the road. You know, we go down a couple times and we're able to come back and get a big point on the road. So that's number one. Number two is it's going to take a full 60 playing the right way. It's a good game, though. Hard-fought game. I like the energy we played with. I think we were emotionally invested in the game. We were physical in the game. Both goalies made some huge saves. It was good. It was a good hockey game. You're not going to win them all, but
hey, so there you go. There's the beauty of the OTL or the SOL. is that you don't get the 2 points, but you do get 1.
So I got that going, which is nice.
Yeah,
that 1 point is
find the silver linings.
Yeah, the 1 point. I mean, it just is like I would be so disappointed if we came out with an overtime loss and we didn't get a point. I'd be like, that's so unfair. I mean, like you should get a point for just keeping it close. Like that's the most like I would like the league, the NFL, to actually give you some type of bonus point in the tiebreakers if you just came close in games.
You just get to overtime. Just get to overtime. You get some kind of reward.
Yeah.
You get
some type of trinket or medallion. Maybe a medallion. You get you got to overtime medallion, which would be nice.
Yeah, maybe you get the first star or the second star.
Yeah.
Just get to overtime, you get some stars.
Yeah. Good call, Stoke.
All right, time now to bring in our pal, Joel Clatt.
Speaking of participation trophies.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
And Joel Clatt is brought to you by Groove Toyota.
Yes.
Thank you, Joel.
Hello, Joel. What are you doing? Why are you taking why are you going with the participation ribbon right away?
That's what you were alluding to. It's like stars, keeping it close.
Oh, okay.
Trying to keep up, Mike. I don't know how else to say it.
Well, I thought you were taking a shot at me. So
you have a lot of participation trophies, Mike. I'm
a little sensitive. I'm a little sensitive to that.
He's on edge.
Hey, Joel, he's got a whole room at his childhood house with nothing but, like, pink and white ribbons. My dad made me throw one, I never got one, but if I ever did, my dad would have made me throw it away.
Yeah.
Listen, the 8-year-old, and it just says the sport, not first place, second place. It just says, like, 8-year-old baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are so funny, man. I mean, my stomach hurts by the time I'm done listening to you three clowns. Okay.
All the trophies stink. They don't have the riser. It's just the little plastic player on the flat piece of wood.
On the flat piece,
like,
right. Yep.
Baseball. Here's your player.
You're right.
Done,
baseball,
Mikey.
there's a hockey guy on top of it. We ran out of baseball players, but it doesn't really matter because you didn't get a lot of innings. So there's some hockey dude on top.
Are you guys done? Are you done? Can we get on to the matters at hand here?
Sorry,
okay.
Mike. I'm sorry we disrupted your flow.
Yes. Joel, as a Bronco fan watching that fourth quarter comeback after 3 quarters of dreck, did you get Tim Tebow vibes or did you get John Elway vibes?
How dare you? My goodness. That just threw me off. It gave me shudders. No, I mean, listen, I don't want to put them in either category. I did get vibes of perfection can be problematic in the sport. And I think there are times with Sean Payton that he wants the perfect play call. Well, first of all, if you've ever been in an install with him, like he's one of the great installers of concepts that I've ever been around. And there's such level of detail and perfection to every install and concept. And Bo, with what I know from covering him in college, he is a one of the reasons I thought this marriage would fit is because he's more of a black and white style quarterback. He doesn't want to live in the gray area. He wants answers. And Sean will give you answers, but there is a smidgen of a downside with that. And when both guys are searching for perfection, sometimes you're unwilling to take a chance and unwilling to play in the gray area. Now, in that fourth quarter, what I saw is there are times when you just got to be like, hey, man, nothing's working. And so there's no heat on the sheet, if you will, for the play sheet. And so we're just going to call some things and it's like, hey, man, you're just going to have to cut it loose. And so all of a sudden you're outside of the black and white and you're in this gray area and you're just saying to yourself, I'm going to see what matchup I like. I'm going to see where I can place this ball placement where my guy can go and get it, and we're just going to go out there and be aggressive. And I think that was a great learning lesson for not only Bo Nix, but also for Sean Payton. Now, granted, it's wild at the end, and to ultimately come back and win is crazy. But I think that there is something to this idea that if you just play for perfection and that everything has to be right all the time, sometimes there's some paralysis in that mode. And you've got to go and cut it loose and play in the gray area at times.
So Joel, obviously that fourth quarter was great. I mean, they started running the ball better. Bo was making plays with his feet. Obviously, he made some great passes there. So you're saying that he just needs to play more freely and stop thinking as much, the other three quarters and just let it loose?
I think that that's a good way to put it. I don't want to minimize the fact that he's still in the first half of his second year.
Right.
So there are things, Sean might be throwing a 8th year Drew Brees game plan at him, and he's like, whoa, and swimming, and that could be also what's happening. But I do think that there was some freedom in that fourth quarter. Now, whether the defense was softer or, you finally wear them out and the altitude helps and you start running the football, all of that is a factor, there's no doubt. But there also was a level of, I would say, freedom to Bo's play where you didn't see – there are times with Bo, when I'm watching him, there are times that I still see him thinking. And I didn't see that in the fourth quarter, and early in the games, there isn't the quickness and sharpness that sometimes I'd like to see. And I think that has to do with the size and scope of what they're trying to do schematically in the game plan.
Joel, you know what? I've talked about this. We've talked about this before. The inaccuracies of the deep ball with Bo Nix. He has just really struggled throwing deep balls, and it's not just about not completing them. It's not even giving yourself a chance to draw a pass interference penalty. And so the question is why? Why is he struggling so much with throwing the deep ball?
I don't know specifically because I haven't worked with him. But here's what I see is that Bo's what I would call platform changes quite a bit when he's throwing the deep ball, and he tilts back with his back shoulder. Now, you would think, I think the layman would think like, well, that's how you have to throw it deep. And yet the really great deep ball throwers keep their front shoulder more level, and the platform stays more level. And when you throw the ball with more of a level platform, it has a chance to turn over, and you throw it with better touch. And then you become more like a three-point shooter than you are like throwing the football. Because when you throw the football, the back end tends to stay down for too long in the first half of the throw, and it doesn't turn over. Stoke, I think that you probably understand what I'm talking about, because when you're a receiver on the other end, you want that ball to have that beautiful arc and then be coming down and pointing down to you versus flat. And there are times when I feel like if the platform changes and it tips back, you throw more of a flat ball than an arcing football with touch down the field. The last thing that I would say is it's hard to see this from the TV copy, Stink, but I will tell you almost always when a guy is inaccurate throwing the football down the field on touch passes, when you're clearing the defense and trying to throw it down the field, generally speaking, his eyes follow the football and don't stay on the target. This is I've used to talk with Jim Harbaugh about this all the time, and he used to put a video camera in front of his quarterbacks at Michigan when they threw deep balls early in camp just to put an emphasis on their eyes and see where their eyes go. So if you're thinking about it, our human inclination is to follow what we throw almost immediately. You throw something and your eyes go right to where you just threw. And it's actually the exact opposite. Great shooters tend to keep their eyes on the basket in basketball. Pitchers tend to keep their eyes on the target or on the catcher's mitt, or there's a focus there. And great deep ball quarterbacks can make sure that they keep their eyes on the target, and then that creates a lot more accuracy down the field. So those are the things that I would say about just generalized deep ball throwing.
Yeah, Joel, talk about the impact of not having a vertical passing game, not having that threat of going by, guys.
How worst.
How much more difficult does it make, your intermediate and your short passing game?
It's awful. It's awful. If you can't get the top off the defense, you can't do anything. Like you can't affect the defense from a side-to-side standpoint. Conflict becomes tougher. Run-pass option becomes tougher. Run-action pass becomes tougher. Play-action pass is ineffective. It's the worst. The safeties are down. You can't account for them. Stink knows this. You never account for a safety in the run scheme. And so if you can't put some sort of vertical pressure on the defense, just pressure, just a threat, then life is going to be virtually impossible for you the rest of the day, in particular in the NFL, just because those safeties, again, are unaccounted for in the run game. If you can't run the football, you're going to be in second and long. If you're going to be in second and long, then you're throwing the football when you have to versus when you want to. When that happens, they can bracket, they can sit, all these different things start to compound when you can't get vertical. So it always starts with, can you run the football on first down? Then the next thing I think in building a game plan is, can you threaten the defense deep and in a way that makes them believe you can do it at any moment? And once you do those two things, you're going to have a really successful day on offense. And Denver's been unable to do that. I did think he threw the ball down the field, granted in intermediate zones, better late, and that's some of that freedom. Like, for instance, some of those throws late in the game when they're coming back, like he is putting it in a place where his wide receiver can make a play. He is going back shoulder with 10 seconds left, and I'm like, well, that's one of the better throws he had all day.
Joel, you're as good as anybody when it comes to trying to figure out, read, translate what Sean Payton is thinking. Please, if you could, to the best of your ability, explain Sean's method to the madness, because it is madness for a lot of us. Why all the screens? Why?
Well, I think you can get enamored with something on film that you see that is effective, and so you build a lot of that into a game plan, and then I think that's part of it. Now, the other part of it is that was a lot of what Bo did at Oregon. And the screen game is an extension of the run game. And so if you're not feeling the run game, if you're not gaining the yards that you need to, it's a way to get a free 4 and 5 yards in particular early in the down set to create a third and manageable situation. Because everything in the NFL, at least, is bent towards what are you doing on third down? What are you doing in 2 minutes? What are you doing the last possession of each half? Right? Like that's the entire game. And so you're trying to construct something that gives you a more manageable third down situation so that the ratios are in your favor and not in the defense's favor. And so there's a lot of screens because of that. I don't love screens, but that's probably because I see copious amounts of screens at the college level. The bubble screen, the wide receiver screens, the tunnel screens from the running back, the middle screens, all of those different things. And I think coaches can get just enamored with them. And there are times in the game plan when you see something against the defense and you want to try to attack that and you build some substantial package into your game plan. And then there are also times that I do feel like Sean tries to legitimize his Tuesday night and Wednesday night work on Sunday versus just seeing what's in front of him and calling it. That's when there are play callers in both levels. And I know this is going to sound harsh, but it just is what it is. I'd love your thoughts on this, Stoke Instinct. There are play callers that are vanity play callers. Vanity play callers meaning like, I built this sheet and damn it, it's all getting out there because I want you to see all the hard work that I put in versus guys that don't get bored taking a profit. And their beauty is in their simplicity. And we'll just say, like, if you're not going to stop this today, then I'm going to run it 8 different ways, and I'm going to continue to do so until you stop it.
Yeah, Joel, this goes back to something I say all the time. Like for you, as a guy that calls games on Saturday and does a phenomenal job with that, you got to still call the game that's in front of you, not the one you thought was going to break out when you studied all the film. And,
that's right.
And I hear what you're saying, and I always say there are guys who call plays because they're on the play sheet, and then there's guys who call an offense. and I want the guys who call an offense based upon what the defense is doing and what we're having success with. And that I completely concur with that.
Let me give you an example. I can't remember the Super Bowl number, but when the Patriots played the Rams with Sean McVay in the Super Bowl, do you guys remember that Super Bowl?
Yeah, 13-3.
And yeah, I mean, it was like there was no offense whatsoever going on, and New England did an incredible job. They got into bear looks and took away the 11 personnel and took away the ability to play action and do these things that have been so effective for that Rams team, and took away that slice zone and split zone that they were so good at running. But in order to win the game, they had to score some points. And so they put together this drive. Do you guys remember this? They got into, I think it was empty, and they called the exact same play, like same form, same everything, 3 or 4 times in a row down the field. And it was just a play that had a lot of different options for Tom. If he got man, he could go to Gronk. If he got zone, he could go into the hitch, into the boundary, and all these different things. And he threw 3 different routes right down the field, and ultimately they wound up scoring a touchdown and won the Super Bowl, partly because Josh McDaniels didn't get bored taking a profit. He didn't dive into his play sheet. He said, wait, that worked. Let's stick with it.
Joel, finally, you said it was a couple of weeks ago, it was probably a matter of when, not if, Jay Norvell would get fired. He did get fired. My question to you is the CSU job an attractive job?
Well, yes. Yes, in the sense that it's a head coaching position. There's not, there's only, 132 of those or 33 of those at the Division I level. So scarcity makes it an attractive job. I do think that for a group of 6 school that's not in the Power 4, they have a good amount of resources. They have a history of success. They've got a fairly new stadium, and in college standards, a ridiculously new stadium. They get support. I think there was 40,000 there, even, with a not great product. I think it's a terrific school. I think it's a school that, everyone that went there, they wanted to go there and they wanted to support. I think it's a great state school. I loved Colorado State. By the way, I was desperate to go to Colorado State, and they didn't. Do think that with the right guy, that's a place that could compete, to be one of the better group of 6 schools in the country and potentially compete to go to a playoff, one every 5 years or something like that. So I'd like to see it increase to that level where it was with Sonny Lubick and all of those guys that I beat 3 times.
You knew it was coming.
Hey,
you knew it.
I could still see the lightning strikes in the background at Mile High. I could still see it was like a scene out of The Natural. Joel Clatt was Roy Hobbs. Very quickly, Joel, do you give CU much of a shot at Utah?
I don't think Devin Dampier is 100% healthy, and I think Colorado is better than people believe they are. So, yes, I do think they have a shot.
All right. Thank you, Joel.
You got it, boys. Have a good day.
Joel Clatt, outstanding job. He gets far more than just a participation ribbon award.
Presented by Groove Toyota. From tailgates to touchdowns, Groove Toyota has you covered.
All right, lot to react to what Joel said. Do we have a new nickname for Sean coming out of that visit with Joel? That's next.
Do the Broncos need to rip one particular play out of their playbooks?
Bubble screens, no bubble screens. If they're not working and all we're doing is throwing for 1, 0 yards, minus yards, then stop running the darn things. And if they're not able to do it and block it up, simple stuff, then you got to stop running.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house, now might be the time to sell. This market's gone crazy from one of the hottest it's ever been to prices declining, guys. It's something we haven't seen here in quite some time. So you want to sell your house, get top dollar. Believe it or not, my buddy Troy still offered his $5,000 guarantee. If you can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, boom, he's going to cut you a check for $5,000. He makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families right now approved and ready to buy. If you have a house to sell for any reason, now's the time to sell it, still get top dollar. Call them 720-900-4433. And, hey, listen, if you need to sell your house, Troy can buy it all cash and close in as little as 7 days if you need to get rid of it quickly. So call Troy, get your home sold for the most money, 720-900-4433. That's 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then pick up the phone and call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Colorado, here's the score. Groove Toyota has over 25 used vehicles priced under $10,000. That's right, dependable cars, trucks, and SUVs you can drive home today without breaking the bank. Just like game day, timing is everything. These deals won't last long, and when the clock runs out, they're gone. Groove Toyota is all in on Colorado, all in on value, and all in on getting you back in the game. So make your move. Groove Toyota on Broadway in Inglewood, or shop GrooveToyota.com. Groove Toyota, all in on Colorado all season long.
Hey, Stoke here for my friends at Embers Golf. And if you're like me, you know fall golf is hands down the best golf Colorado has to offer. I played yesterday. It was the best day of the year. Unbelievable. The air is crisp, the courses are pure, and it's the perfect time to fine-tune your game before the season ends. The best place to do that? Embers Golf in Westminster. What I love about Embers Golf, it isn't your big box golf store. Boutique style, family owned, and built for true golf enthusiasts. And they're not just selling you clubs, they're crafting a full journey personalized to you and your game. They got 2 private hitting bays, all the major brands, Callaway, G4, Titleist, TaylorMade, whatever you need, they got you covered. And this is what I love the most about Embers Golf. They specialize in custom upgraded shafts that take your game to the next level. You can get a full bag fitting just like I did, driver, 3-wood, all my irons. I'm just telling you, I absolutely love my clubs, and you'll feel the difference. Seriously, there's nothing else like it around. So before the snow hits, get yourself dialed in just like I did. Embers Golf, where your golf journey begins.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th. New Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Hey guys, you feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you, you? It could be low testosterone. Take action now. Synergetics and Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit a local Synergetics Low T Center and receive pharmaceutical-grade testosterone never compounded like other clinics. Experienced providers increase your testosterone to the level that's right for you. Treatment is covered by most major insurance, and affordable self-pay options are available. Book your free T-test at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Embers Golf, where your passion meets the green.
Music history.
I've now baptized you in the glory of Led Zeppelin.
Brutal honesty.
Today's just been a bad day for you, Mike. I don't know how else to put it.
And some questionable taste.
I do not heat up leftovers.
Oh, my
I only eat
God.
leftovers cold.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right. Good stuff with Joel Clatt. Dan Orlovsky will join us coming up in about 45 minutes, 9:15. Look forward to that. But I thought the most interesting thing to come out of that was Joel's description of vanity play callers, meaning, hey, I did all this work on Tuesday night, Wednesday night. I put all this time into my play sheet. I got everything ready to go, and I want to pay it off on Sunday. And sometimes does that vanity get in the way of calling the actual game in front of you? Is Sean a vanity play caller? It's interesting because he did talk about that directly earlier this season. He did, I don't know if it was to the local media, if it was to one of the TV crews that was calling the Broncos game, but he said one of the lessons that Parcells always taught him was, call the game in front of you. Right. So he acknowledges that, Stoke. He recognizes it, but despite that, does he still fall victim at times to being a vanity play caller?
Well, we've talked a lot about this, about, hey, we were up at 2 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday night game planning and came up with these great plays against, what we think the Chargers are going to play against us or the Giants are going to play against us. And so instead of, second down and goal at the 2 when you just got 3 yards running the ball, remember that play that we thought about with Garrett Bowles? And we're going to make him eligible, and then we're going to let him kind of float to the back of the end zone, and we're going to fake the run and throw it to Bowlesy. I'm going to call that play. Instead of just dang running the football on second down, knowing that I'm going to go for it on fourth down, now all of a sudden you're third and goal, and then you run this other play, and then you don't get in. So, yeah, I think there's an aspect of that, but I think that's for all play callers, right? You want to look great. Look at this play that I schemed up. How cool is that? And there's an aspect to what the Chiefs do and how they plan and game plan and execute things, and you go look and they're doing, oh, look how cute the ring around the rosy deal, and then all of a sudden, and it's this guy got it, no, that guy has it, and then, it's a touchdown. So I think there is an aspect to that, Mark, to most play callers where you want to dial your stuff up so you look good. But sometimes just keeping it simple and just saying, hey, we're going to just run the ball right through the A gap and try to score a touchdown on 2nd and 2.
Yeah, there's a value to saying, hey, this is what we are, this is what we do, and we're going to do it. And we're going to just do it better than you. And so I think there's that becomes boring at times, but I think boring always wins. And I also understand, man, we put a lot of work into this. We found an always or a never, and we can exploit you and come up with a great play from a scheme standpoint that scores us a touchdown. You want to run that thing. And that creates some energy. So there is kind of almost both things can be true at the same time. But I think the other thing for the play caller is if you're throwing a screen and you see, hey man, if we just block that's a big time pop out screen. So I think there's all those aspects that go into that, Mike. But I do ultimately think that sometimes you just gotta buckle down to Stokes' point. Hey, man, we got a 1st and goal here at the 5. We get 3 yards on the first carry. I'm going to let you guys go. 3 straight runs in. We're going to score. If you can't score, then we don't deserve to win this game. I'm going to put it on you guys. And I think there's part of that has to happen here with the Broncos as well.
Yeah, I mean, you literally threw the ball 3 straight times from the 2-yard line. Think about that. I mean, what are we doing? After getting 3 yards on the first carry, so – I mean, you're down 13-0 at that point, I believe, and you throw the ball 3 straight plays. So that to me is not good play calling. I think when you got to ask yourself, okay, when you come up with these plays and you're calling these plays, can your team execute them? That's big. I mean, like Kansas City, they can execute that stuff, right? Can the Broncos with a second-year quarterback who hasn't played a lot of NFL football? I mean, I think Joe brought that up. We got to remember that he's still a developing quarterback. He's not a finished product, which I think is great. But you don't have Drew Brees out there, right? We don't have Drew Brees in his prime right now. We don't have that guy. So can your team and your quarterback execute what you're asking them and what you're calling? I think you got to ask yourself that if you're Sean and the rest of this offensive staff.
And I think that's entirely fair, and I do think that Sean believes so much in Bo that he's throwing Bo into a situation right now. Hey, Drew Brees ran this in year 8. I think you can run it in year 2. Well, he can't. And Sean has never developed a young quarterback like this. He got Drew Brees 5-6 years into his NFL career. And so just like Bo is learning as a second-year quarterback, I think Sean at this stage is still learning what his quarterback, what his offense is capable of doing. The good news, they're 5-2. Yeah. While they're trying to figure this all out, they're 5-2. And so that's not a bad place to be and start from as you continue to grow and learn and figure out what your quarterback and what your offense is capable of and how you need to adjust as a coach. But you're absolutely right about the vanity play caller, and we've seen so many examples of it over the years. I mean, go back to Mike Martz and the greatest show on turf with the Rams team that got upset by the Patriots in the Super Bowl. You want to talk about hubris? I mean, all they had to do was just give the ball to Marshall Faulk and let him run the football. They were going to win that game, but Mike Martz wanted to win his way. How about Pete Carroll? You know, Marshawn Lynch is an automatic to score a touchdown that wins the Seahawks another touchdown. Instead, they got Russell Wilson trying to throw the ball to make Russ look like a hero. How'd that work out? Stink, you've talked about how Andy Reid is guilty. Even this late in his career, Andy Reid is still guilty of, I'm going to win, and I'm going to win my way, instead of taking maybe what is the easier way. So, I mean, there's plenty of I'm not excusing Sean, but I'm saying there are a lot of vanity play callers out there, and they've always been out there.
You're 100% right. You mentioned Andy Reid. I say it all the time, play calling hubris. I mean, like a Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, man, they were saying, hey, you can get 7 yards of carry if you want it. We're going to give it to you, but we're taking away the intermediate stuff. We're taking away your quarterback. And he's like, nope, that's not how I like to win football games. I want to win, playing the way I play. We're pushing this ball down the football field. And so you're 100% right, Mike, and it is hard sometimes to simple it down. I always say for a quarterback, hey, what wins in the NFL is boring, not SportsCenter highlights. It's completing that little out route to get you into 2nd down and 5. Stuff that, that a lot of guys just don't want to do. That's what wins. Sometimes what wins also from a play calling standpoint is keeping it simple, stupid. This is what we do. Here we go. And doing that. So I'm with you. Yeah, like that did make sense. It's a great term, vanity play caller.
Well, and I think, you have to, like Sean's worked with young quarterbacks, maybe because he had Drew Brees forever. Maybe he hasn't developed this great young quarterback, but he's worked with young quarterbacks before. You just have to adapt to your young quarterback. They're all different. They all develop different. And so you have to come up with a game plan for your guy, for Bo Nix. He's different than everybody else. So, that's what you have to do as a coach and as a play caller also. There's not one script that's going to fit every young quarterback. Every one of them's different, and you have to adapt to the one that you have.
All right, then the question I have, hold on, because I don't want to leave this alone. I want to follow up on this. So the question is, do you think Sean will eventually get there with Bo? Your answer's coming up next.
Is Sean Payton ignoring one of his best weapons on offense?
Your run game is a huge part of why you get down to the 2-yard line and you are throwing the ball in consecutive sequences. It's unhealthy. You're at the 2. Your running back is averaging 6 yards a carry. Hey, preach. Do not put an agenda over the team.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, Stoke here for my friends at Cajun Wealth. Are you looking for wealth management that protects, maintains, and grows your financial portfolio? Cajun Wealth understands that smart investing means more than just numbers. It's about strategy. Their fiduciary advisors offer tactical insights tailored to your risk tolerance with access to a wide range of investment options. As an independent firm, Cajun Wealth isn't tied to one product line, giving you the flexibility to build a portfolio that's truly your own. That's what I love about Cajun Wealth. Whether you're planning for retirement or optimizing your current assets, Cajun Wealth can help you reach your financial goals. Call Cajun Wealth today and take control of your financial future. 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100. Or you can visit them online at TrajanWealth.com. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Cajun Wealth has offices conveniently located in Broomfield, Greenwood Village, and Loveland. Cajun Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger. Services through Cajun Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at Cajun Wealth.
Attention Denver and Colorado Springs. This is a can't-miss real estate buying opportunity Saturday, October 25th. 35, 50, and 105-acre ranches starting at just $59.9. The ranches have big mountain views and utilities like electricity, high-speed internet, and county-maintained road frontage. All just minutes from Colorado Springs. 35 acres, just $59.9. 50 acres, just $89.9. 105 acres, just $149.9. This is your chance to buy a huge piece of land in the booming Colorado Springs market. This is not an auction. The prices are set, and the ranches are priced to sell in a single day, Saturday, October October 25th. Call our friendly staff for more information or to book your appointment. Call 866-CO-RANCH. That's 866-CO-RANCH. 866-267-2624.
At Colorado Joint Replacement, your hip or knee replacement is their top priority. As part of Advent Health, one of the nation's largest health care providers, they've completed over 27,000 joint replacements since 2005. Their expert surgeon uses the latest technology to deliver innovative, compassionate care that gets you back to the life you love. For peace of mind and proven results, schedule your appointment today at coloradojoint.org. That's coloradojoint.org.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Utter nonsense.
This thing has gone totally off the rails.
Some Cajun seasoning.
Gree-gree?
And the occasional anatomy lesson.
Yeah, we're tight.
Okay.
We're like tired of mouse nuts.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Got Dan Orlovsky joining us coming up in about 25 minutes. Looking forward to that. Had a great visit with Joel Clatt. Guys, let me see if I can dial down the temperature here a little bit. All right, it's scorching hot right now when it comes to the critique of Sean Payton, this offense, Bo. Let's start from a very, very optimistic baseline here. Okay, let's start from here. Sean Payton totally believes in Bo Nix. There's no doubt he believes he's got a special quarterback in Bo Nix. Let's start with that as the foundation. And so a lot of what we're talking about stems from the idea that Sean really believes in Bo. Okay, now, does he maybe at this point believe too much in Bo? Is he throwing too much at Bo? I think we all agree he is. So, Stoke, are you confident moving forward that Sean will be able to adjust and recognize that while he really believes in Bo, he needs to understand that Bo isn't ready for the stuff that he's throwing at him? Do you think we'll eventually, sooner rather than later, get to that point?
Yeah, I do. But I think it's not just all Sean trying to figure out, okay, hey, and adapt to the situation. Some of it is the players playing better and getting better talent around Bo, helping him out more. This O-line, it was overrated, right? I mean, Mark tried to tell us he didn't think it was a great O-line, and it's not. The running game is, average to below average. We like Cortland Sutton. The rest of the guys right now are just kind of guys around him. Evan Ingram's been fine, but that's it. So that needs to be better. The talent around your quarterback needs a huge upgrade moving forward. So I think that's part of it. Also is, Sean figuring out, what does your young quarterback, what does he like? What does he not like? What is he good at? What is he great at? And trying to figure that out. And sometimes that takes time. Your offense this year, what is it good at? What does it need to get better at? And certainly that's what you're trying to do, I think, as an offensive coordinator, as a play caller. But we, to your point, Mike, earlier, is that a typewriter? What the heck is going on over there?
Is somebody using a rowing machine?
Yeah, what? Are you getting exercise? Is this one of those?
Are you doing rows right now while you're doing on the radio
working
show?
out?
Are you multitasking?
Mrs. S is cooking right now, and she
you doing the show from the kitchen?
She is good. Well, I was told when I came out here I couldn't do it from the room that I was in last time because there was too many pink pillows. And so I moved out to the kitchen here, which is very comfortable. Very comfortable. But Mrs. S seems to be making cookies right now.
Okay.
And she is, and the cookies are tremendous. But maybe I can get her to quit. She just gave me a look.
Yeah, just for a couple minutes.
She gave me a look. It was like when we were packing in New York.
We're about to give you a look.
We're about to give you a look. So
okay,
just let her know that we. And believe me, I see the dilemma because I've had those chocolate chip cookies. I mean, those cookies.
If it was here where I could get some,
I know. But since she can't give us any, I would humbly, believe me, it's Mrs. S. Humbly ask if she could stop for a while.
Yeah, well, she's going to stop using the mixer and do some other things right now.
But I just think that you have to adapt to what you have, and they need upgrades on the offense, talent-wise, and I think that would help the situation. But right now, you are 5-2, Mike.
Yeah.
You're winning football games somehow, some way, and you're doing a great job of it while you're still trying to figure things out offensively and get better and be more consistent.
Yeah, I think to your point, though, Mike, he has so much faith in Bo Nix. Sean Payton has so much faith in Bo Nix, so much faith in what he is and what he's going to be. And he's just he's putting it on him. He's putting the pressure on him. Hey, man, if we're going to get – and part of this, guys, is also we're sitting at 5-2 right now. Part of this is if we're going to make if we're going to make strides in the playoffs, this is the stuff we have to work on now to be capable of going into a playoff game and coming out, especially if we have to go on the road, victorious. And so you're taking some short-term pain, if you will, for some long-term gain right now. And I think that's part of the method to the madness as well, that maybe you don't see it on the surface the way we look at it, but behind closed doors, that's some of what's going on as well.
Fan Flyaway is back thanks to 303 Law 4040. This time we're sending one lucky listener and a guest to Phoenix in February for the biggest party in golf. Here's what you'll get. You'll get 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver, 2 nights hotel stay, $500 spending money, and I do believe Brandon Stokley is volunteering to be your personal chaperone. Is that true as part of the prize package?
Correct.
Correct. For more information and to register, head to thefanflyaway.com. If you've entered one of our previous Flyaway contests, good news, you're already registered for this one. You don't have to do anything because once you sign up for one Flyaway, you're entered for all future Flyaways. Good stuff. Mrs. S continues to make those cookies. Trust me when I tell you, they are delicious. And we get to hear the joy of making them in the background as Mark does the show. So we got Dan Orlovsky coming up next. We'll also reset the headlines. I'm going to call out some of the hypocrisy that's going on with some of the criticism towards Dre Greenlaw, and I'll do that next.
The Fan Flyaway is back, presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel tickets, and $500 in spending money, all included. Head to thefanflyaway.com to register. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
Hey guys, let me ask you a question. You live with back pain, neck pain, worried about needing surgery? How about taking all those habit-forming medications? Well, my guys at Spine One specialize in treatments that offer alternatives to major surgery and long-term medication. Here's the best part, guys. Same-day appointments. You can start your journey toward pain-free just like I did. They're a phone call away over at Spine One, 303-367-2225, 303-367 back there. Complete Medical Center. They've got MRIs, they've got exams, they've got x-rays, physical therapy, and treatment options. And I'm telling you, they're going to educate you on what's going on, why you're in pain, and then give you treatment options for both nagging and debilitating pain in your back, in your neck. Guys, they changed my life. I suffered with excruciating pain forever. I mean, forever. I couldn't sleep through the night. I quit playing golf, quit going to the gym, all those things. Hey, a couple short visits with my guys at Spine One. It changed my life, man. I was back in the gym, back on the golf course, sleeping through the night again more. That was the most important thing. And they can do it for you as well. Start your journey today by giving them a phone call at 303-367-2225, 303-367-BAG. Or as always, you can find them online at spineone.com.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Big deals on windows and siding. Order in October, finance with them, and pay nothing until November 2027. Be warm for the holidays. Call 5280 Exteriors. Low monthly payments. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
What's going on, everybody? Philip Lindsay here. And last year, I went a little rogue and dropped a discount code from our friends at Hermes Worldwide. And you guys used it so much, they almost got mad at me. Well, I'm feeling a little spicy again this season, so I'm bringing it back, baby. You can get 30% off your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for your entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. And contact Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Go Broncos!
At Ameristar, the best memories don't trend, they last. Their stories we're still telling 20 years later, like winning big at a table with your closest friends, or going all out on a night you hope lasts forever. Like watching your team clinch the playoffs on a giant screen, or stepping away for a weekend you'll never forget. Whatever you do it for the memories, and we'll do everything we can to make them last. Ameristar Blackhawk. Come visit or book your next memories at AmeristarBlackhawk.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Winter is close. Copperhead Plumbing keeps you ready. Drain cleaning, disposals, leak repairs, water heaters, toilets, 24/7 emergency service. Cold temps can freeze pipes, small leaks, big headaches. Get help before winter hits. Visit CopperheadPlumbingInc.com for a coupon to waive your service call fee and see financing options.
Copperhead Plumbing, built to last. Call us once, you'll forget the past.
Copperhead Plumbing, keeping your home flowing all winter long.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Don't miss Colorado football's 2 remaining home games of the 2025 season. Celebrate homecoming with the Buffaloes as CU faces the Arizona Wildcats on Saturday, November 1st. Then lock in your seats for Senior Day against the reigning Big 12 champs, Arizona State, on November 22nd. Great seats are still available at beautiful Folsom Field. Visit cubus.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282 and be there as Ralphie 7 leads the charge for your Colorado Buffaloes.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest looks all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what you'll find. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Double crossing, you little punk.
Can't believe you did that.
Unbreakable trust.
See, I'm not like you. You just let me drown. You just let me drown. You do nothing.
And of course, emotional maturity.
I'm maybe a little bit angry.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, rolling into our 9 o'clock hour. Got so much more to do. We've accomplished a lot, but man, great to have you along for the ride. Dan Orlovsky will be joining us in just about 15 minutes. The Dre Greenlaw suspension was upheld. The appeal was heard. It was denied. He will sit out. I think it's a lousy precedent. I think it's a bad look for the NFL when after a game is over, your official can't just walk away and it has to have rabbit ears as to what's being said after the game. I think it sets a lousy precedent. Heck, I saw baseball handle this better when the Padres got eliminated by an egregious call, by the way. I mean, you thought the Riley Moss PI was a bad call. The stuff the Padres were mad about was equally egregious. And as the umpires were leaving the field, going through the Padres dugout, there's like 4 or 5 Padres literally hanging over the railing, screaming at these guys. Nothing happened. Nobody got suspended, you know? So I think it's a bad look. But here's the thing.
When you're bad at your job, you deserve to get yelled at.
Get yelled at. But here's the thing I don't like. And I got to call out some, emphasis on some, Bronco fans who are mad at Dre Greenlaw. Says that Greenlaw needs to be made of better stuff, needs to be a better leader. Can't get caught up in that moment. Hey, easy. You do remember the 2015 Broncos Super Bowl team, right? You do remember that defense? Do you remember some of the characters on that defense? Do you remember Aqib Talib ripping the chain off Michael Crabtree?
Let me get that chain.
Was that being a good leader? Was that being rising above the emotion of the moment?
Malik Jackson seemed like he got a personal foul penalty.
Every game.
Every game.
You had Derek Wolfe who, when he was here, scared the bleep out of me. I didn't want to get on Derek Wolfe's bad side. Crazy guy, right? I mean, they had a lot of guys on that team that were Dre Greenlaw types, and we loved that team. I think part of the reason why that defense in 2015 was so dominant was because they did kind of play on the edge. They were known for, doing some things that went beyond the whistle. So in this case, I think it's more shame on the NFL than it is Dre Greenlaw, the pearl clutchers out there, Stoke. Dre Greenlaw needs to be better.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I like some of my defensive guys playing on edge, right? I like the emotion from Dre Greenlaw. You know what it tells me? It means something to him. He's passionate about it. And you know what? Sometimes you make a mistake, and, I don't know exactly what he said, but to me it shows, man, this guy felt like, hey, y'all almost robbed us of a victory. I haven't played football really in a long time, a full game, and y'all try to screw us. You try to take this game away from us, and and that pisses me off, and I'm going to let you know about it. I don't mind it at all.
I don't either, and it's the sensitivity of the officiating crew. And a lot of that is because you screwed up. You made some bad calls. You almost gave that game away. And, and it's one of the great comebacks we've ever seen, and Dre Greenlaw is passionate about it. He's passionate about he's passionate about defending his teammates, all those things. And you bring up a great point, Mike, about the chain ripping of Aqib Talib and everything else, man. That defense, that 2015 team, when they had to make a play, what did they do? They made a play because they were all in it together. And I'm sure, like you always will say as a coach, hey, man, we don't want that. Like, we don't want the penalty, and we don't want to cost us, an opportunity and all these things. But way to go. Like, good job sticking up for your teammates, and good job, giving that guy the business because he was horrible.
For the texters said, well, Evans, did any of those players ever get suspended? Nope. You know why? Because the NFL was made of sterner stuff back then. They were, and I don't know. Maybe they felt like they had to back Brad Allen.
Aqib never got suspended for that fight? I mean, he got in a fight with Crabtree. He had to get suspended for that.
For the fight, yes, but for words,
right? But did any of those guys ever get suspended? The answer would be, I think, yes.
Yes, Talib did. Yes.
Okay. I mean,
but
sometimes,
but
it doesn't matter. I mean, that's not what he did. He took the guy's chain and had a fight. But sometimes that stuff happens. You have players, especially on the defensive side. I like that emotion, playing on the edge a little bit. There is an intimidation factor still in football, right? And I want a defense that plays that way.
I agree with Stoke, man. Just get after it. Like, I don't know. The whole thing just seems so stupid. And like you said, Mike, so sensitive. And I get it. Hey, man, kinder, gentler NFL. We don't want to cuss people. Like, it's sticks and stones may break my bones, but words, like, I know that you can't put your hand on it.
Huh? What?
But
who?
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Never heard that one?
You never heard that?
Not in 30 years.
No.
44 years. Yeah, 44 years it's been.
What do you use with your kids when they come home and say, "Oh, so and so said mean words to me"? What'd you say to your kids?
Go smack him in the face.
Ah, Stoke! I love it. Stoke is
right.
None of that turn the other cheek stuff for Brandon Stokely. No way. That's not
Go
what
get
got
out.
it. That's not what got him to the NFL.
Go
played
get
on the
after
edge.
it.
You got to play on the edge.
Come on.
Hey, you bumped an official.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's probably
That's
right.
right.
Oh, hey,
Did you get suspended the next game?
No, of course not.
You got kicked out, though.
Yeah.
you got kicked out, which is fine. You bumped an official.
I didn't bump him. I hit his hand.
Doesn't mean you made contact with an official, which is strictly forbidden in any sport.
It's a no-no.
You didn't get suspended. Greenlaw said some mean words. He went a little potty mouth.
Yeah.
All right. This text comes in. I think this is perfect. I love this one. It's from Trucker Jake. Guys, tell me why I'm wrong. There's a brewing division/civil war in Broncos country if they don't get this offense turned around between Sean Payton supporters versus Bo Nix supporters. People saying Sean is the problem. People saying Bo is the problem. The longer this offense is anemic and unproductive, the more that division will become prevalent and louder. There is a lot of that going on. And I don't know. I just think sometimes we got to try to turn the temperature down a little bit and realize if you go back starting when Vance Joseph took over as head coach, okay, when VJ took over, through VJ to Vic to Hackett to Russ, and I'll even throw in Sean's first year with Russ. Do you know what the record was over those seasons? Do you know what the record was? We're talking about 7 years, okay? Their record was 43-72. 43-72. Broncos country, you watched a lot of bad football, a lot of bad coaching, a lot of bad quarterbacking, a lot of bad general managing you saw a lot of it, and it equaled 43-72. In the last 2 years, with Sean and Bo, they're 15-9. Okay? I'm not saying that's perfect, and I certainly have the bar set higher moving forward, but I sometimes think, and it surprises me, that there are large chunks of Broncos country that I think has forgotten what it was like around here, and I think are unfairly going after whether it be Sean or Bo and not realizing what it was like around here. 43-72. And apparently 15-9 in a year plus isn't good enough. I don't know. I just think sometimes we have to take a look at the bigger picture. Step away, because I know we live in this vacuum and we're living it and breathing it every single day. But I think sometimes we have to back off a little bit and realize just how bad it was around here. And this looks a heck of a lot better.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yes. I think I'm sorry. I think people need to be reminded of that.
It's been fun. Got to the playoffs last year, right? Had a winning record for the first time in a decade. So, yes, it's been so much better, but we can still be critical. We can still ask questions about this offense, about what's going on with it, right? And hope. And I think some people's expectations were that it was going to be they were going to be watching a lot better offense, right, this year. Bo in his second year, Sean maybe making the comments about being a top five, Bo being a top five quarterback in the next couple of years, maybe led to some people to believe that Bo was just going to this year just, look like Peyton Manning. Right, and so I think that's been a little bit a part of the problem there is people's expectations were a little bit out of whack for Bo and for this offense.
I agree with that. The other thing I'd like you to check his math. He starts throwing numbers like
I'm not even. Yeah.
I don't trust that. Maybe we could get a math check on that because
he's got a bunch of numbers and scratches and things. Scratched out and more numbers.
Remember last week when he was like,
yes, I do.
That was bad.
He couldn't even add up the games and two full seasons, and he came up with like 28 games, like two full seasons. They play
full seasons.
17 times 2.
I feel pretty good about this math.
Oh, you do?
I do. And I also feel good saying this, okay? Like our Nuggets media MVP, Zach Bye, did you see he won the MVP in the media game versus the coaches that they lost?
Did you
see what they got edged by, what the score was?
No, I saw Dover yesterday. I said, be careful with Zach. I guarantee you, Zach is going to be he's going to be the hardest playing player out there.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to try to take people out. It's going to be life or death for him, and he's probably going to get hurt.
Well, they lost 115-16, I think. I think that was the final.
Wait, they lost 115-16.
Yes. I may be off by
They only scored 16 points.
Yes. Zach was the leading scorer with 4. Oh, you didn't see the score? You didn't. You weren't.
They didn't even win.
And he got an MVP
he
scored 4 points, and all they scored was 16. That's like you, Evans,
Mike,
and all your participation ribbons growing up.
Did
you don't give it to losers. Losers don't get MVPs.
Well, wait. Did the NHL come up with this? Did the NHL was Zach the third star? What do we do?
Oh, you guys weren't aware of this?
No.
So they had a media tournament against the coaches.
I knew that. Yes.
Okay, and
oh my gosh,
they lost by like 95 points.
Oh no.
Okay, but they did give the media team a media MVP. And it was a nice big trophy, and our guy Zach got it,
for 4 points,
and apparently a batch of rebounds,
and they got beat by 100.
They got almost beat by a hundo, yeah. I think it was 115-16.
That's soft.
That's
soft. That's soft. What do you think Zach's going to do with that?
That trophy?
Yeah,
guys, you wouldn't even accept. You accept a trophy like that. You say, no, I'm not going to. No, thank you.
Right.
No, thank you.
I would have smashed it Office Space style, like they did the fax machine in Office Space. Do y'all know?
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, I'm with you.
That's what I would have done. Baseball bat, smashed it up.
Or maybe it should be like after you've won the in hockey when you've won the conference championship, you don't touch the trophy. Maybe he should have been presented with it, but never.
How did so Dover? Give Dover 4 or 5 more years, and maybe Dover will win the MVP.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Way to weave it all together. Nicely done. But as Zach would say, two things can be true at the same time. And in this case, yes, you could absolutely have high expectations for this team, and you can hold guys and you can hold coaches accountable. But I think you can also sit back and realize, hey, it was really bad around here for a long time. There was a lot of mistakes made, and there was a pretty deep hole that was dug that you're trying to climb out of right now. And I do think that at times in our conversation, that needs to be remembered. Dan Orlovsky joins us coming up next.
After a 2-5 start, Colorado State has fired head football coach Jay Norvell. Read the latest news and information on the changes in Fort Collins at DenverSports.com. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here for Synergenics and Low T Centers, the original MVPs of testosterone replacement therapy. Guys, you know you feel it. Something's off. It's just not signs of aging. It's your energy slipping away. You don't have that same drive that you used to have. It could be low testosterone, draining all the things that make you you. That's right, no energy, lack of motivation, not making gains in the gym, just not feeling yourself, guys. I'm telling you what, Synergenics and Low T Center, they're the place to turn to, guys. You walk in, you take a simple test. With their on-site labs, you're going to have results back in just seconds, guys. They'll make sure they get you treated for low testosterone that's slowing you down. And I'm telling you what, it will completely change your life. You'll have that energy. You'll have that motivation. You will want to get back in the gym. All the things that make you you. You'll get it back again. So make sure right now you go get an appointment online at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com. You're going to be wishing you did it decades ago, guys. trtmvp.com. Check them out.
Peanut butter and jelly, music and dancing, salt and pepper. At Excel Energy, we believe some things just work better together. Like a heat pump, the 2-in-1 unit that can both cool and heat your home. And better yet, it does so using energy more efficiently than a traditional HVAC system. Better yet, you can also save money on a heat pump with rebates at excelenergy.com/heat pumps. Cooling, heating, and savings. That's a lot to get pumped about. All in one package.
Stokley here from my friends at 5280 Waste Solutions of Denver. Unhappy with your home or business trash and recycling service? Need a temporary dumpster for a project? Call 5280 Waste Solutions at 303-529-2329. Colorado isn't just where they work, it's home. They guarantee swift, on-time pickup for residential and commercial customers. Make the switch and get reliable local service you can count on. Go to 5280waste.com. 5280 Waste Solutions, your hometown brand.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com. And get ready for the workday.
Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy.
Joel Clatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota. Here we go! Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The The Fan. Listener appreciation.
Our RamosLaw.com texters always answer the bell.
Mentorship.
You can't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
And words of wisdom.
Don't let my confidence offend your insecurity.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, let's jump right into it. Dan Orlovsky. Always look forward to our visits with Dan, part of our all-star lineup of NFL insiders. He joins us now. Dan, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
Doing great. Dan, talk about what you saw from Bo last week against the Giants. 3 quarters of bad football, and then one of the best quarters that we've seen a quarterback play. What was the difference between that fourth quarter and the first 3 quarters?
Yeah, I mean, 3 quarters of bad offensive football. I don't have a 3 quarters of Bo being really bad. Still got to say this, early on in those first 3 quarters, I could give you 4 things that were more, quote unquote, to blame when it comes to the end result of performance rather than the quarterback. I mean, how many drops did they have? 6, 7 drops that were just uncharacteristic, multiple clips of poor pass protection. I'll continue to say it. If you're going to offensively in Denver, throw the ball to the perimeter, play out there, you better learn how to block. I mean, there's just some terrible performances blocking on the perimeter by a bunch of different guys. I think Bo, once or twice took a sack that I'm like, Bo, you can't take that. I thought he did a nice job with his legs multiple times. So for me, I'm like, he's 4th or 5th for where I'm looking at is why the performance isn't where it is. And then really, I think what happens at the end of that third quarter drive that goes into that fourth quarter is obviously the legs were a huge part of that story. 1, scrambles, but 2, them designing and utilizing them. Number 2, they started making plays on the football. That was a big deal as well, as giving guys the chance to make the one-on-one. Empty, they got into empty a little bit more. Mims made a couple plays. So I think overall you love the fact. I think it's got to be a learning example for Denver coaches offensively. Great coaches, right? But there has to be a little bit of accountability to the others. And then there has to be a handcuffing or taking off of the handcuffs early on for Bo Nix and allowing him to impact the game earlier rather than, quote-unquote, easing into the football game.
Hey, Dan, when you watch this offense and you mentioned the perimeter blocking, there were receivers who just flat out, refused to block.
Don't even try it.
That refused to block on the bubble screens, on the tunnel screens, things that just, you watch it on film and you're like, Bo has nothing to do with that. At what point do you say, as a coach, hey, man, this ain't working, I got to change things up. I can't call this anymore if my guys just aren't going to do it?
Yeah, I think Mark, for me, it would be, conversations of, are you willing? I've got to figure out if you're willing to do this. Now, if you're willing to do it, and I would imagine most guys are, right? It's a team.
Yeah.
Then why aren't we getting it done? And if we're not getting it done because we're coaching it the wrong way or we're teaching it the wrong way, maybe we're putting you in bad matchup situations where, the physicality of somebody else on the perimeter, there's a reality, big guy beat little guy. Are we not in the proper situation or leverage? And then the last part I'd be is, hey, if you're not going to get this done, then I'm going to find somebody else to get the ball to. It's a little bit of, if you want me to throw you the ball or build some stuff in for you on the perimeter and try to get you the ball and play making space, you got to do the job for other people as well. I can't ask this right tackle to bust his ass down the line of scrimmage to go pin a corner that's chasing you in man coverage so you can catch this receiver screen and go for 50 if you're not going to bust your ass for Marvin Mims when we throw him a bubble screen just because you don't want to be physical enough. And so there's a reality of, hey, man, everybody is important to all of us being good on offense, not just you get yours when you want it. And so everyone's an adult, everyone's a big boy, and if you get to that point and it's past that, then there's got to be a little bit. But I mean, Mark, schematically, you like that stuff, right? I mean, space is space. You're trying to, build it, and I think it's an important part of offensive football right now.
Visit with Dan Orlovsky, but Dan, why all those screens? Why is Sean calling so many of those screens? My theory is he knows it's important to run the football, but he knows his team can't run the football, and this is a way to try to sort of get running type plays or running type gains out there to start drives. What do you think? What's the reason for so many of these screens?
Yeah, I mean, so one, there's not a lot of defenses that have the perimeter players that can take away those cheap yards. Let's call it what it is. They're cheap yards. And so any coach that has a semblance of a brain wants cheap yards. They're easy. So there's not a lot of teams that have the perimeter players that can handle defending those cheap yards. And that's really directly attached to the nickel and then the corners. Teams don't have guys that are really big enough and physical enough to do it. I think the second thing is, and I'm giving a little bit of grace to Coach Payton here, is if you told everybody or asked everybody, what's the strength of the New York Giants defense, they would say, well, their defensive line. So why would I bang my head against the wall trying to run the football at them? If you asked everybody what's the strength of the New York Jets, they would say Quinnen Williams and the interior part of their defensive line. If you asked everybody what's the strength of the Philadelphia Eagles, now they're a team that can handle the physical perimeter play, it's their defensive line and Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. So matchups matter, and what is the strength of a defense, what's the weakness of a defense. So I think there's a little bit of game plan element to it, and there's a little bit of there's just not a lot of teams that can handle those cheap yards on the perimeter.
Dan, talk about how tough it is offensively when you don't have the threat of a vertical passing game. I mean, they don't get the ball down the field hardly at all.
Yeah.
There's no threat of a vertical passing game. Talk about how difficult it is for everything else to be successful.
Yeah, so the way I always kind of, for people at home to understand it, I always think of it like an accordion. And when you have vertical speed, it makes that accordion expand. And so there's a greater area for you to call plays with. And when you don't have that vertical speed, that accordion doesn't expand as much. Everyone always asks, why is it so hard on 2-point plays? And I say, well, you have to design a play that gets a minimum of 3 yards, but it can't get 13. And so it's a little bit like that, where you're trying to call plays, and if you can't, extend the top part of the defense, you're trying to call plays that can attack 8 to 16 yards. That's a very small window of space that you feel that you can go after. These backers and underneath defenders are long, they're athletic, they're playing deeper than they have been in the past just because of styles of offense and gun-centric offenses. And so when you don't have somebody that can widen that intermediate window and make it bigger, it's just a tighter window. It's a tighter window for routes, it's a tighter window for a quarterback, and no longer can you throw guys. It's not really about the depth of the defender. It's really about the width of the defender, and those are just shrunken windows for quarterbacks.
As you assess Bo Nix in his second year, and I think we have this, feeling like, he's going to be Drew Brees, and that Sean Payton has talked about him being an elite level quarterback here in the next year, top 5 quarterback. Just where do you think he is in the development process from the film that you've studied?
Yeah, I think Bo is on a week-by-week basis playing good, consistent football. He has not taken a meteoric jump. And I don't know what is that meteoric jump? He's been really clutch in 2 big-time games, really 3 big-time games. He has not given the ball away at an alarming rate. He's on track to throw for, close to 30 touchdowns and 10 picks, QBR right around mid-90. So I really think I'd like him to be a little bit more completion-centric. I'd like him to use his legs early in football games a little bit more, but not as a crutch, but a necessity. I think they should get him into the football game a little bit more. So, I think Bo's kind of right where he needs to be. The interesting thing with him and Sutton is they're not throwing the big in route. We've talked about that. But I also don't think he is as aggressive to Cortland early in games as he is late in games. He gets to a point with Cortland where, he's like, I have to force him the football late in the half against the Bengals, late in the game a couple times. And so I think, I think he's kind of right where you want him to be. He just has to, this goes back to me, handcuffs off. I want him to come out with a little bit more of an aggressive mindset, still calm in his operation, but more of an aggressive mindset.
Dan, last hour we talked to our buddy Joel Clatt, and Joel said that he believes some play callers are quote, vanity play callers, meaning they want to justify all the work that they put in Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and all the work that they put into their play sheet. And they sometimes get caught up in trying to justify that on game day as opposed to calling the game that's unfolding in front of them. And he said that Sean at times strikes him as a vanity play caller. Do you see that as well?
Yeah, I would say that Joel's comments are fair. But the only thing that I would say about it is, like, listen, these coaches are spending all this time figuring out these ways to attack a defense because that's their skill set. You know, like, I haven't been around a lot of coaches. Now, I've been around some really good ones. I've been around some bad ones that are, grinding on Tuesday and Wednesday night trying to design plays, and they're just designing plays. There's a rhyme and a reason, specifically a coach that's been as great and accomplished as Sean, to the why. Now, there are coaches, and Sean could fall into this category where it's like, I'm getting this, every coach has, a bunch of coaches has this little part of their game plan sheet where they mandatory call. Like, you figured out you love this scheme versus this coverage or this situation, get this dialed up. And you don't want to go out of a game with almost with timeouts. Like, oh man, we had these 2 or 3 plays that we thought were going to be great against what they did, and we didn't even call them. And so these coaches are trying to figure out ways to attack that defense that week, and there's a box in their call sheet that you have to call these. These are the 3 or 4 plays in these situations we got to call. And I think Sean's probably in that group, and a lot of times they work and at times they don't, but I don't think it's this, and I don't know if I don't mean to say Joel's implying this. I don't believe Sean's going, I want everyone to see how smart I am on this play call, thinking, well, it might work, it might not. I always believe there's a rhyme and reason to Sean's play calls.
All right, Dan, great stuff. We love it every single week. We look forward to it. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your football weekend.
I'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks.
All right, Dan Orlovsky. We are overdue for a break. We'll come back, kind of reset what we heard from Dan. Also, we're going to hear from the undisputed GOAT and friend of Brandon Stokley next.
After getting walked off twice in the first 3 games of the season, the Broncos walked off the Giants and claimed first place in the AFC West. Sing it loud, Broncos country. Let's go Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. Hey, cool nights are here. It's the fall time. Love this time of year. And winter is right around the corner. You can protect your home with the strength and beauty of Infinity by Marvin Fiberglass Windows, guys, from Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. This month only, you save 25% on windows and 20% on James Hardy siding with flexible financing, no interest options, and 0 down. Upgrading your home has never been easier. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton, trusted by Colorado families for over 50 years, 5 decades, guys. Why? Because they never subcontract out the work. They're with you every step of the way to make sure your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. And I'm telling you what, guys, they have done it right for 52 years. So check them out right now. That's Infinity from Marvin, fiberglass windows, and James Hardy siding from my guys at Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. 25% off the windows, 20% off the siding, 0 down, no interest financing. Call them 303-794-0490. That's 303-794-0490. Or online at windowsforyourhome.com.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's Fall Football Sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Hey, Stoke here. If you need a hip or knee replacement surgery, check out Colorado Joint Replacement. They're home to some of the top trained surgeons in the state using the latest technology. Their expert surgeons offer the most innovative joint replacement care in the Front Range. To schedule an appointment, visit coloradojoint.org.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
I do. Everyone does, but it's only U.S. Mortgages. Lock in a low rate today, and if rates fall in the future, we will redo your loan and lower your rate without any lender fees, including the appraisal. There's no limit to the number of times you can do this. Always have the lowest rate for life. Get our 475 5-year fixed rate, 5.89 APR. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Snow is coming, and Silterhar Motors is ready, stocked up on a boatload of Broncos sports built for adventure in rain, sleet, or snow. Only at Silterhar Motors, buy a 2025 Broncos sport for only $25,999 or lease for only $299 per month. Silterhar has the top selection with over 1,000 new and used vehicles available to choose from 5 different brands, all at one location. See their complete inventory of new and used vehicles at sthmotors.com. Silterhar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic.
Self-defense lessons.
I tased him.
Taste them. Taser always works.
That's right.
Southern charm.
Look at the boys.
With some classic impressions.
He put his pitchfork down, and he grabbed his sledgehammer, and he said, "Hey, you want some of this?"
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Happy as a clown. What need to worry?
All right, guys, we had outstanding analysis and insight over the last couple hours from both Joel Clatt and Dan Orlovsky, bringing that quarterback perspective. So I'll start with you, Stoke. What did we learn today when it comes to Bo, Sean, and this offense? What did we learn today?
Well, that Bo, the Bo's fine. They just got to clean a few things up. Maybe let him play a little bit freer earlier, use his legs a little bit more earlier, and just let it loose, and that he's right on track with his development. No big worries there. I think for me, it's, still looking at this offense, and I'm not surprised by the ups and down nature of this offense throughout the first 7 games, but you're going to have to put a lot of resources in upgrading the talent around your quarterback to continue to help him because he's still a young quarterback as we move forward.
Stink, what'd you learn from Clatt and Orlovsky today?
Yeah, you know what? Exactly like confirmation on what we've talked about, what Stoke and I have talked about in regards to Bo, in regards to this offense. There's a lot of things that you look at, and ultimately, if you're looking at where the blame should be placed, there are a lot of things that go above, hey, Bo Nix has got to get better. Like, both Orlovsky and Joel Clatt are basically like, hey, Bo's a 4th or 5th on your list when you start looking at the things that have to be fixed with this offense. So I think that does help the general people look at that and say, okay, we're at least we're on track. I felt like, Bo's on track as a quarterback, and that's always your biggest concern is how's your quarterback playing? Is he the right guy for this? And ultimately, I look at those two guys. I have a lot of respect for both of them, their football knowledge, and they feel like Bo is right on track doing what he is supposed to be doing.
All right, then my next question for both of you is after listening to Clatt, listening to Orlovsky, your own film study this week, what, Stoke, would be your advice to Sean Payton?
No more screens. 2 weeks, moratorium on the screens. We're not running any more screens. RPO game, take that out. Let's just run the ball. I don't want the pass option right now. It hasn't been that big of a factor in games to keep doing it. I think it's been more negatives that we've seen from the RPO game than positives. So let's just get rid of the RPO game for right now and just run the ball and simplify, the running game. To Mark's point, I mean, he's talked a lot about it. There's just too many different types of runs. Simplify that a little bit. Take some more shots down the football field. You need to stretch the defense out. Need to show that there's a vertical threat out there, and that we will take some chances down the football field. Not just off schedule plays, just in rhythm, 7-step drop, and let it rip. So I think for me is the personnel groupings, right? That's been an issue for me the last couple of years. Let's simplify that a little bit. Let's get in a formation. Let's get in a personnel group, and let's kind of go with it and see how that works. Let guys get in the flow and the rhythm of a football game.
Yeah, I would say that you're playing the Cowboys, and the Cowboys might be the softest defense in the National Football League when it comes to defending the run. They flat don't defend it. And their edge presence, both sides of that defense, they get pushed around, and everybody pushes them around. So my thought process would be let's pare down the schemed runs, and let's say this is what our identity is going to be. Here's how we're going to attack this defense, and then just live in it. And don't let 2-yard gains deter you from wearing this defense out, because some of the stuff and some of the film I watched on the Dallas Cowboys, it's alarming how bad they are at defending the run. So this should be a get-right game if you're the Denver Broncos. You want to get your running game back on track. You want to get guys touches. You want to get guys established. You want to establish what you are in the run game. This is the perfect opportunity to do that. The other thing that does for you, keeps that Cowboys offense off the field. And that Cowboys offense is legit. I mean, they're big-time legit.
Orlovsky said, hey, maybe part of the reason why you've seen so many of these bubble screens is because they don't think they can run against the defensive lines of the Giants, Jets, and Eagles. Well, that's not the case here with Dallas, and to back up your point there, Mark, Dallas is the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL. They're the only defense in the NFL giving up more than 400 yards per game. They give up 141 yards per game on the ground. Only 2 teams are worse than the Cowboys when it comes to run defense. So, yeah, this is not a defense where if you're scheming late at night on a Tuesday or Wednesday, you're saying, oh boy, I don't know if we can run the football against these guys, but we need to get some running type plays, so let's run these bubble screens instead. Yeah, to your point, both of your points, perfect opponent to put a pause on those bubble screens and just line up, stoke, and run the football.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time to do it. Keep that guy in to block rather than, having him bubble out or run to the flat in the RPO game. And let's go. Get that running game going. Get some momentum there. What's the worst thing for a high-powered offense? Cowboys got a high-powered offense. CeeDee Lamb came back last week. George Pickens is having a great year. Ferguson, their tight end's playing really well. Oh, by the way, Javonte Williams is balling over there, so good for him. What's the most frustrating thing for that type of an offense? Grind out the clock. Wear them their defense down. Keep them on the sideline. And then they got to go out and be perfect against a really good Broncos defense. So, yes, run the football on Sunday.
Yeah, 100%. And you're right about Javonte Williams, man. It's really cool to see him kind of get his stuff back together. Popped one against the Jets a couple weeks ago. Popped a couple last week as well, over 100 yards. He's playing really well.
Hey, listen, Stink, if you could for me while you're just munching on those delicious chocolate chip cookies that Mrs. S is making, maybe you could do an extra Telestrator Thursday for tomorrow. I would love for you to go back and look at every Javonte Williams run last year and then take a look at every run this year and tell me what the heck is the difference. Because where was this guy last year?
Yeah, Javonte Williams, the juxtaposition tape. Yeah, let me go. I'm going to look at all his runs. You know what? I think I'll go all the way back to his college days at North Carolina. I'll look at all his runs from North Carolina on, and then I'll get into this year.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Pre-ACL, post-ACL.
Yeah.
And now this year with the Cowboys. Okay? We got this? We got it?
I'm on it.
We good?
I'm on it.
All right.
I am on it.
All right, here we go. Best audio of the day, including Michael Jordan back in our lives. Oh, and we're all better for it. That's next.
Christian Braun is here to stay. The Nuggets lock down their rising star with a 5-year extension worth $125 million. With CB cemented into the starting lineup, is it officially championship or bust in Denver this season? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at O'Mara Ford. Guys, did you know O'Mara Ford's been serving Denver since 1913? That's over a century of trust, experience, and dedication to the community, guys. From the moment you walk through the door, you're going to feel it. The welcome, the warmth, the honesty. At O'Mara Ford, it's not just buying a car, you're joining a family. And they're proud to be family-owned and operated for generation after generation after generation. That means they care. They really, really, truly care about helping you find the right vehicle at the right price with zero pressure added, guys. If you need service after the sale, their certified technicians treat your car like it's their own. They treat you like part of the family. That's why they've been in business since 1913, guys. They have one of the largest inventories in Denver with over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles. So whether you're shopping new, pre-owned, or just looking for honest advice, they've been here for 110 years. They're not going anywhere. O'Mara Ford, trusted since 1913. Welcome to the family. Come see why generations of Coloradans choose O'Mara Ford. Visit their showroom on 104th and I-25, or you can find them online, as always, at omaraford.com.
This is Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. If you've been injured in an accident, you want Wilhite. Colorado drivers know that when they're hit, we hit back harder. Get your free case review right now. Just call 303-GOOD-LAW today or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? That's right. Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket and finally getting a little breathing room ahead of the holidays. It's possible when you call American Financing today. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills piling up, you're not alone. Most Americans are putting these expenses on credit cards, and credit card rates are insane in the 20s or even 30s. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt with rates in the low 5s. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and save money every month, all without upfront fees. Their customers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise without having to change jobs. Call American Financing before it's too late at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 for Kids.
1-877 for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Is your energy slipping away, losing your edge? It could be low testosterone. Take action. Synergenics and Low T Center offer a quick, free T-test. Get pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded, personalized by experts just for you. Most insurance covers it. The best you is waiting at TRTMVP.com.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest looks all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what you'll find. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Food critiques.
I love chicken. I hate chicken salad. What? If you put chicken salad in front of me, I'd gag.
Hard-hitting analysis.
I took an Ambien on accident before practice, and that's what he looked like out there.
And some constructive criticism.
It reminded me of the show that Mike had yesterday. Just a little off, not completely there. You were like, Mike, are you going to take control of this show? Like, how many times did you have to say that yesterday?
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Let's get to the best audio of the day. We've got a lot of good audio that Ty Fuji did a great work, as did Alex. Did a lot of great work putting it all together. So here we go. Let's start with the Avalanche playing and losing in overtime last night. They still get the point, and Jared Bednar finding the silver lining in that.
Hey, it's an important point on the road. You know, we go down a couple times and we're able to come back and get a big point on the road. So that's number one. Number two is it's going to take a full 60 playing the right way. It's a good game, though. Hard-fought game. I like the energy we played with. I think we were emotionally invested in the game. We were physical in the game. Both goalies made some huge saves. It was good. It was a good hockey game. You're not going to win them all, but.
And Bednar did say flat out after the game he thought that a disallowed Avalanche goal that would have put him up 2-0 was a bad call. And I know Avalanche fans are very upset about that this morning. They should be, but like I've always said, you don't lose, or in this case, come away with a overtime loss strictly because of one call. There are plenty of other things that happened that you could have done better so that one call didn't come back to haunt you. So just want to point that out there, okay? I know there are a lot of upset Avalanche fans, but you also had Jared Bednar and Cale Makar after the game saying we played a very sloppy game as well. So leave it at that. David Adelman on Christian Braun's contract extension.
It's good to see somebody that gets it not just off talent, but off work. And I think that goes a long way. In our league, sometimes you're guessing of what could happen down the road, and you're paying for that. This has been earned every step of the way. The fans, everyone's seen it. Like, you've seen the growth, the confidence, not just in his game, but his confidence. So it's a proud day for us. And like I said, he should be a very happy man.
Huge organizational win. Let me ask you guys both really quickly. If you had to call your shot, next homegrown Nugget player to bounce this year, who would it be? You got, let's see, you got Deron Holmes, you got Peyton Watson. Strother. Who would be your pick? I'm going with Strother. I think if there's a guy that's capable of really popping this year, I think it could be Strother. I like his game.
I'm going to go with Najee.
Okay, you go with that. You go with that. You go with that.
No believers? You don't believe?
No.
You don't believe?
No.
Oh.
No.
Come on.
More audio. I was flipping around, just kind of checking, and lo and behold, a lot of national people weighing in on what the Broncos did the other day. National people on national networks, TV. And I stumbled across one, Danny Parkins?
5 weeks from now, we could still be talking about the Broncos. Correct. Because they are 5-2. They are in first place in the AFC West. And I was just curious, like, this stretch of games, and you alluded to it a little bit. They have the 18-point fourth quarter comeback against Philly. Then they go from Philly to London. They have another fourth quarter comeback against the Jets. Then they fly all the way from London back to Denver, no bye week after an international game, and they have their third straight fourth quarter win in that spot. Is there something to Sean Payton, calloused team? Like, I feel like not every team would have been able to handle that. Like, that schedule, that travel, those three opponents, 3 straight fourth quarter comebacks, 4 straight wins.
Huh. How about that, Stink?
Look at that.
Your old partner.
On Breakfast Ball.
Yeah. Who knew? I thought they canceled the show, and they just didn't tell me. They kept Danny.
Wow. Well, it's, I guess, sending kind of a pretty clear message who they don't blame for the demise of the show.
Right. Exactly.
Wow. Evans, look at you. Hey, when Evans gets a chance to sweep your leg, he's going to sweep your dang leg.
I go full Johnny Lawrence on you, man. I give you no quarter.
That is 100%. Which leads me to this question: Can one play lose a game when you're playing JV football?
Oh, wow!
Well, seeing as how it really didn't matter because we all got ice cream and orange slices when it was all said and done.
Point.
We really weren't that upset.
You weren't keeping score.
Exactly.
You weren't keeping score.
Finally, Michael Jordan is back, and I think we're all better for it. He's working with NBC as part of their NBA coverage, and he did an interview, wide-ranging interview with Mike Tirico. This is awesome. So Tirico pushed him to say and ask him, come on, when was the last time you played basketball or shot a basketball or touched a basketball? Check this out.
You ever pick up a ball and just shoot?
I haven't picked up a ball in years.
No, come on. Just like walk past. There's got to be a hoop somewhere at your place.
You don't see a hoop anywhere around here, right?
I don't.
Seriously,
the last time you picked up a basketball and shot it?
I was at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
And I rented a house from the owner.
Sure.
He came over to do pictures. He had grandkids. And I was meet and greet and thank him for allowing me to stay in the house. And he had a basketball court. He says, I want you to shoot one free throw. I said, really? I already paid for the house. It's not like he got to see me. So when I stepped up to shoot the free throw, it's the most nervous I've been in years.
Stop it.
In years.
Stop it. Come on.
And reason being is those kids heard the stories from the parents about what I did 30 years ago.
Right.
So their expectation is 30 years prior, and I haven't touched the basketball.
I hope you swished it.
Absolutely. I got the most gratifying, that made my whole week, is that I was able to please that kid, not knowing if I could.
That is awesome. Legend. That's why he's the GOAT. Sorry, I know. Younger generation, you want to believe that LeBron's your guy. Sorry, he ain't.
Yeah, that's cool, though, that, he's going to be doing this stuff with NBC, you said?
Yep.
Because we don't really hear a lot from Mike.
No.
Right? I mean, he doesn't do a lot of media stuff, so we don't really hear from him at all. You still see, like, Tom Brady and Payton doing a lot of different things and guys like that, but Jordan just kind of went away and got done with the Hornets and just went to the golf course and been enjoying life. And now, so I think that's great that he's getting back into it.
Well, you and Mike you guys are buddies, right? You golf together or something?
Well, he played in the group in front of me, but we hung out for hours at Dwight Freeney's Hall of Fame.
You tried to leave, and he said, no,
he said, where are you
please
going?
Don't leave.
Where you guys? I got teammates to talk to. They want to talk to me. They haven't seen me in years. Yeah. They want to talk to me and catch up with me. He's like, no. Stay right here, buddy. And so I was like, all right, Mike, I'll just hang with you tonight then. So
text him and get him on the show then. So just shoot him a text.
Yeah, well, he's really busy right now with his NBC stuff. So it's
I
probably not going to happen.
I think he'll be great because you talk about a guy who has no bleeps to give. I mean, this guy, I think will be very, very honest, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, what kind of situations are they going to put him in? Is he going to be?
It's just kind
is he going to be analyzing games afterwards, like Shaq and them do?
I don't think so. I think it's more of just sort of every once in a while, just kind of give us your thoughts on
the NBA,
the state of the game, or this or that. I don't think it's going to be like a. Now Carmelo's doing going to be doing a lot of studio work.
Yeah.
No, you're not looking forward to hearing from Carmelo?
What's he going to tell you?
Yeah, not
they
really.
Should shoot?
They should shoot. Why are they playing so much defense?
That is good. Hey, that is good.
Yeah.
Right there. That is good. Why are you passing? Why are you passing?
I don't understand this. Hey, I don't understand this game. I don't get this.
Listen, you guys, the ball's moving too much. You need to have it stick, okay?
Yes. Yeah.
The ball needs to go to one person, and it needs to just stay there and stick. Thus end the lesson from Carmelo Anthony. Okay, we're done. Great show, everybody. We got Dover and Cecil. Maybe Dover can explain why he did not win the media MVP. Instead, it went to Zach Bye. That's next.
Do Bo Nix and the Broncos learn something about themselves with a win over the Giants?
Bo Nix is clutch. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. And this team is going to know that when they're down, they're never out. After 2 fourth-quarter, 14-plus point comebacks, this team's going to feel like we've always got a chance.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. Fall has arrived, which makes now the perfect time to call your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks, at 303-425-0985. Ductworks complete ventilation cleaning packages, scrapes and vacuums every inch of your system, removing dirt, dust, and debris other companies leave behind. Here's why that matters. Your heating system kicks on in the fall. Dirty ducts can reduce efficiency, raise your energy bills, push dust into your home's air. A professional cleaning now helps your furnace run better, last longer, and keep your family breathing cleaner air. Don't wait until the first cold snap when everyone else is scrambling. Get ahead of the rush. Call Ductworks today at 303-425-0985 or visit ductworks.com for your free residential and commercial estimate. Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
303-425-0985.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Hey, Stokley here, and let me tell you, fall golf is the best golf Colorado has to offer, and it's not too late to get fully dialed in for the last few months of the season. At Embers Golf in Westminster, they're not just selling golf clubs, they're crafting a journey for golf lovers like you. It's a boutique